is going to go down in the history books. That was a hell of a comeback by Scottie Scheffler, though. I don't know. Either I guess you could look at it two ways, Skraby. He was bad enough to fall behind by 12, but he was good enough to close back 11 of those 12. And
well, if you ask him,
yes, we're going to talk more about it. Yeah, he lost a lot of my respect. I mean, I'm a big Scottie Scheffler fan. I always have been ever since Tony played with him that day and helped put him on the map.
That was funny. But I mean, play with him.
Yeah, but Scottie Scheffler went all Gino Auriemma on us yesterday. You know, like, oh, weird. God, you lost. And so now the woe is me when you're like the greatest golfer on the planet. How about just sitting back and congratulating the guy who beat you, who last I checked.
That's not it.
That's okay. Yeah. How about congratulate the guy who beat you, who last I checked, Skraby, played the exact same course you did. You know, I know that
that's what they do.
I mean, yeah, it's not like the McIlroy got to take a different path. You know, the same shot, same course. Thursday and Friday, one guy you tee off in the morning one day, you tee off in the afternoon the other day. It's
been like that
just
forever.
By chance, and the way the weather is and the way the setup. We'll get more into it, and I'm sure Charlie will have some thoughts on it. But you know, I mean. And, you know, you're looking at me. I don't want to congratulate Rory McIlroy, but you have to. You got to tip your cap. The guy won again. And he certainly didn't make it easy on himself.
I was going to say, he made it real dramatic. That drive on 18 when he went up the right side, I mean,
use a putter off the tee. What are you doing? Slamming one way over into the woods when all you need is a bogey to win. It's one thing if you need a par to win, right? Then you got to play the hole right.
Play it, yeah.
But if it's a bogey to win, God, just get it out there.
Yeah.
And he duck hooks one into the – I don't know where that ended up, in a shed somewhere.
It was on the right side. It was on the 10th fairway, so he was able to hit the ball up and over the 10th fairway.
He was
trees.
Lucky that the setup was such that he could get back onto the 18th fairway there, and then chip and two putt. But anyway, Rory wins, and he wins. I don't have any. You know, to me, that's one thing I'll say that, you know, in this day and age, Skraby, about golf. You can't sit there and go, well, I should take it back because this is exactly what Scottie Scheffler's doing. But in my mind, you can't sit there and blame the officials. You can't blame the referee. You can't blame it on a call that, you know.
Can't call it. You can't blame it on the umpire.
Right. You go play. Your score is what your score is. There's no, but that's kind of what Scheffler's doing. We'll get into it, like you said, a little bit later, and Charlie will be on at the bottom of the hour. So you golf fans, stick around. We'll definitely be talking plenty of Masters. But this weekend, once again, the Padres were the masters of the Rockies. You know, I'm just going to throw it in one time, and then the rest of the day I'll be all about how great it was that the Padres are, you know, doing well. But it's still the Rockies. And yeah, I mean, I know everybody's so excited now. The Padres crushed 9 home runs, and all of a sudden this team can hit, and they can slug, and they can score, and the offense is doing everything we thought it was going to do. They did it for 4 days against a Rockies team that in 2 of the games had to use a bullpen day because yesterday Kyle Freeland got hurt. So I'm going to be tempered at least to that extent. You did do this against one of the worst teams in baseball history. Now, I got that out of the way. The rest of it was really encouraging. And, you know, here's how encouraging it was. When they started play on Thursday, the Padres were 29th out of 30 teams in slugging percentage. Do you know where they are this morning?
15th.
7th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a massive
It's
weekend.
Amazing. They went from the 29th, the second worst team in that category, to 7th best. They're now number 7 in the league in runs scored. You know, all of a sudden in home runs, they went from 29th to 8th.
Well, if you hit 3 a game, that helps.
Sure, that does. And again, so, I mean, you got to consider the competition, but, you know, they went out there. They got the job done. It was a walk-off start to the weekend. Some great heroics. We talked about Xander, obviously, on Friday, but Gavin Sheets follows it up on Friday night.
We all know why he did
shot.
that, right?
We have to take, you know what?
Yeah, please do.
We're going to have to take a little credit for Gavin Sheets because here's why we're going to take credit. He was on the show Friday. It was our Friday interview. He had 2 home runs, including the game winner. So we're going to take a little credit for that. And even though we truly understand that we had nothing to do with it, we also want to point out that when we have a player on who then goes 0 for 12, you blame us.
Yes.
Right. You blame us for that. So if you're going to blame us for cooling a guy off because he's on the show, then it only stands to reason that when he does well, we have to take some of the credit. So
yes, can I push back a little bit on we're playing the Rockies.
Yeah, okay.
Because the Rockies, it's early in the season.
You think
obviously.
they're better? Everybody thinks they're better.
I think they're better, but they're coming off of 4 wins in a row, 1 against Philly, 3 against the Astros. They kept the Astros. Their pitching kept them in check.
Yeah.
They kept the Phillies in check for outside of the first game.
Well,
I think we're looking at a team that's not a pushover like we saw last year when you and I were at the game where they barely got a hit all weekend.
I think it's fair to assume that the Rockies are not going to be the same pushover this year. But 6-10, which is what they are now, is also tied for the worst record in baseball. And the team they had beaten, the Astros, is actually looking worse than they are.
Yeah.
And losing to the Mariners right now 5-0. So Mariners will be coming down here for the series this week, but the Astros are a shell of themselves. They have like half their team on the injured list, and they're not looking good. But
they've lost 7 in a row?
Right. So I'm going to push back. I'm going to give you the pushback.
7 in a row is a lot.
I'm going to give you the pushback that the Rockies are better, but it's still the Rockies. And again, if you look at the Rockies team, Freeland has been pitching well. He missed the series. Sugano did pitch well. Quintana, another one of their starters, is on the IL. They got 2 bullpen days. They had Thursday night, they used a bullpen and then had to do it again yesterday. So the Padres were able to take advantage of some circumstance there. There's no question. But Ramon Laureano is now the leadoff guy. You're not going to take him out of there until further notice. He went crazy this weekend. He looked like talk about good at bats with production. I would say that that's what he's giving you. You're getting, I just think up and down the lineup now, you're getting contributions from just about everybody except for that new second baseman we signed.
This was crazy.
The new second baseman looks pretty good, doesn't he?
Yeah. Who's this guy? Fernando
Tatis or something. He looks pretty good out there.
This is shocking. I got to the ballpark right about 5 minutes after they announced this. And
I couldn't believe
everybody, all the luminaries are like, what is happening?
I watched the game Saturday night. I didn't even realize it till about the 3rd inning. Because I DVR and fast forward through everything. I didn't know he was there. I'm like, what's Fernando doing there? And of course he caught the last, out Saturday night. Look, he's athletic enough. He's skilled enough to be able to pull this off. I don't think you want to do this every day. People are saying, well, this is the new thing. It would be silly for this to be the new thing because Fernando is the best defensive player in the game as a right fielder. He's won the Platinum Glove 2 of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's the best right fielder. That means he's the best fielder.
Yeah.
You don't want to take that off your squad. So he's got to go back out to right field. But this was looking like a stroke of genius right now, at least for Craig Stammen, to put him at second base, give yourself another middle infielder, and give Xander the day off, give Crony the day off. And dare I say, Skraby, without looking too much of a fan of the Aztecs, but to me, if you're facing a left-handed starter right now at this moment, Ty France needs to be in the lineup, playing first base, put Fernando at second, and then against the lefties, you can put Jake back at first or at second, and then put Sheets or whoever else at first. What I'm getting at is I think France ought to be platooning with Cronenworth right now, and I love Cronenworth. You know that.
Not a bad
but
idea.
Cronenworth is not giving me anything against lefty pitching, nor do I expect him to. He's a number 9 hitter against lefties. I love Jake. I want to say it again because he's my favorite guy, and I'd never want him to leave this team. But for right now, I got to give Ty France those at bats. He can slug again. And yesterday, he didn't even hit lefties; he hit righties.
Yep.
Because he was in the lineup because they thought Freeland would be pitching.
Yep.
But Ty France can hit. Flat out hit. We know this. So he's got to get some more time. But yeah, Fernando has 4 doubles in 16 games. That's 1 extra base hit every 4 games. I mean, if and when he gets going, this offense is going to actually be pretty good. because they're doing it without him really right now. Singles here and there and a couple of RBIs, but we don't pay Fernando to hit 240 and get a bunch of singles.
No, but I have to ask you the question on the other side that is on everyone's mind after the weekend. And I'll ask it on the other side.
Okay, well, I don't know if it has to do with Nick Pivetta, but if it does, we will touch on that. And then we will touch on whatever is on everybody else's mind that you will tell me about. And we'll continue this Padre chat. When we return, don't forget the Masters, and Charlie Hoffman joins us at the bottom of the hour. And then we get on into a regular old day here on a Monday. Padres Pen Pals a little bit later. Daily Gambit, Chris versus the Fans, the Big Five. It's all coming up on Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan.
Clear your sky.
Right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yeah.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if they can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's two left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now...
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or, athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I, I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point, this light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Where's your emergency? Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long time, right?
Time.
Well, when it comes to the 4th time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh.
I'm trying to get...
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right, after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her. Yeah.
Kidding.
I'm like, ma'am,
kidding.
are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The 2 cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get you know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know
Did
if
the
you're
light ever start working?
I don't know if you're at Claremont Mason Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not gonna turn, but that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even under
the
these circumstances. Well, I think,
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you're right, and the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and then
nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
It's underway here, Monday edition with Chris and Skraby in the Odyssey Palace Studios. Bill Howe, we know how. Charlie Hoffman's coming on to talk about the Masters in about 20 minutes. Looking forward to that for sure. A lot of Padres stuff still to get to, including the injury to Nick Pivetta, which put a bit of a damper on the sweep yesterday. And dare I say, Skraby, it could be putting a huge damper on that sweep. As a matter of fact, if you asked me, would I rather have a sweep of the Rockies or a healthy Nick Pivetta? I would choose a healthy Nick Pivetta because I can make up for this, losing a couple of games to the Rockies. I'm not going to be able to make up if I lose Pivetta for a long time.
This is concerning.
So, this is what we're going to all have to wait. And I'm just telling everybody in advance, this isn't Craig Stammen's fault. This isn't AJ Preller. It's not Eric Grupner or any of the Seidler people or any of the people that are coming in to own the team. I'm not attacking any one of those people. It's just the way things are done in this day and age. But whatever they tell us tomorrow, which I think they're going to wait till tomorrow, maybe Kevin Acey or somebody might be able to dig up some stuff today, but it's a day off. Yeah. It's a day off, so they're going to wait. Whatever they tell us tomorrow, take it with a grain of salt. I don't expect them to tell us the exact truth, partly because they may not know what the truth is, but also partly because they just don't want to tell us. So, and here's the experience with that is very simple. We saw Joe Musgrove go out in spring training with what was it described as? Just a little setback, right? In his recovery.
Think they used the word setback.
They said it was a little setback. They said it was expected. I remember the word expected.
He did say that this was something that they had talked about.
We expected this with Joe. It's no big deal. It's a couple of days. It's now been 40 days. And Joe Musgrove, as far as I know, is nowhere close to coming back to pitch. He's not going to throw on Thursday.
No, I think over the weekend he said that his elbow is not cooperating
right.
like
so
he wants it to.
It's 40 days and counting with Joe Musgrove. I hope with Nick Pivetta that his next turn, which is going to be Friday or Saturday against the Angels.
Yep.
I hope he takes it, but he's not going to take it. I've been around too many of these. You have too, Skrabe.
Yeah.
And out there, you have too. Even if you don't want to tell yourself, he's missing at least one start. He's probably going on the injured list. He's probably missing 2 or 3 starts. And let's hope it's just that. Because I'm not going to say the words, but it could be a lot longer. This was just who knows what, something tweaking in his elbow, and all they have to do is have one MRI or one imaging thing that shows something's amiss, and we know where they go from there with pitchers in this day and age. So, let's just hope. I mean, all we can do is keep our fingers crossed. That's all we can do. But when they tell us tomorrow, I'm going to take whatever they say with a grain of salt. To me, Nick Pivetta will be back pitching the day he's back pitching. Not, when they tell me they think he'll be back pitching, because I don't think they'll know. Either that or with Joe Musgrove, they just flat out lied and said, knew it was going to be 3 months, but thought they'd tell us 2 days.
I don't think that.
I don't either. Right? I think they thought it'll be a couple days. We'll see how he feels.
Yeah.
And it's now turned into 40 plus.
Yeah. Now that he's saying that his elbow isn't responding to treatment well, I mean,
yeah, he's not coming
those
back
are things
for a
you
while.
can't predict.
Yeah. So this is really, dangerous in terms of the injury. The good news is there are reinforcements. Waldron is pitching. Canning is starting to pitch. I mean, even, J.P. Sears is at least an option.
Yeah.
I'm not saying none of those guys are going to replace Nick Pivetta, but at least you're not going to have to throw a bullpen day every fifth day. You've got people that can plug in here.
And we talked about this.
So that is good.
We talked about this. There are definitely options. The one with Matt Waldron is a little murky just because he's out of options. So if they do bring him up to the big league club, I believe they cannot send him back to the minor leagues.
They may have to worry. They may have to worry about that later. Because I personally feel like Matt Waldron might be the best option right now. I think Griffin Canning is coming back from the injury is another possibility. But this Pivetta thing worries me. And at least until we hear something tomorrow, it should worry you. And it probably does. All right. You had a question that you had to ask me.
Yes.
And you're representing the
Everyone.
masses. You're representing Eric. So what is it?
This was the talk on the way out of the ballpark Saturday night after Fernando had 3 hits.
Okay.
Over the weekend at second base, Fernando went 5 for 9. We all know he was struggling mightily coming into this game.
Right.
All this did, Chris, was pour gasoline all over that fire of all the people that say Fernando needs to be in the infield to be a great hitter.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Does this, I don't even want to say confirm, does this lead you to believe that maybe Fernando is an infielder and not an outfielder?
All right, so the question is born from the fact that when Fernando is playing in the infield,
he's more engaged.
He's more a part of the game. Yep. He's not out there drifting.
Yeah, he doesn't stare up into the sky.
And, another part of this comes from the fact that when he played shortstop in 2019, 2020, and 2021, he was among the best sluggers in baseball. And ever since he moved to right field, 23, 24, 25, he's not been as good of a hitter. So I see why people are saying what they're saying.
Correlation is there.
There seems to be a correlation. But I'm not going to go there. I think he's going to have to play right field based on what I said before.
Well, at least for this year. And if they want to bring him back, they're going to have to plan for that. But
I don't think
he was the plan in right field this year.
He's got to play right field. He's the best defensive player in baseball. I don't think you can just all of a sudden say he's now our second baseman. But I think it's certainly something you can continue doing. And I'm going to caution even the 5 for 9 because 5 singles is not what I'm after.
They were hard hit singles. Yes,
he's hitting the ball harder. But until I see some doubles and triples and home runs, I don't think I'm seeing Fernando. Right now, I've got a 626 OPS with Fernando. Small sample size. But understand that's 200 points. Take it back. That's 240 points lower than his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's nowhere near hitting like Fernando.
No.
So second base or right field or DH, until I see that Fernando, I'm not going to really worry about what position he's playing. I think it was a solid move by Craig Stammen that's worked out so far because it's opened up some other options. But I think that's all it is, to be honest with you. And, so I think we're all overreacting if we think that's going to be the case.
Clay says Fernando is a 2-time platinum glove outfielder. I know we said that, but
that's what I just said.
Do you think that he could be a platinum glover anywhere he played on the field? It
No.
just seems like he's that good
Could he
of
be
a baseball
platinum?
player.
Well, you saw him play shortstop for 3 years. Could he win a
He was
platinum
also a
glove
lot
there?
younger. He was wild. He couldn't make the throws, but at
Yeah.
second base, he could make the throws. He
Maybe.
could probably get to the balls that Jake can't, even though Jake does have great range.
Maybe. Well, the analytics say Jake has no range.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that
When
either.
I look at Jake's analytics, I just throw them in the garbage.
I do
because
too.
They're not right.
They're absolutely idiotic. No, I think Fernando, this is just another option that Craig Stammen has smartly created. And if you're going to ask me what I think the best thing Craig Stammen has done to this point in the season, I don't even think it's close. I think by far the best thing he's done as manager is in 3 weeks managed to involve all 26 guys on his roster
Seriously.
and make them a part of what's going on. And I don't think you can underscore how important that is. There are teams right now, the Giants are one, where their bench guys have no more than 1 or 2 at bats. Craig Stammen is getting everybody into this. He's making everybody be a part of it. From Campusano, who, by the way, don't look now, his double on Thursday night in the first game triggered the whole sweep.
It did.
If he gets out, the Rockies win that game, and it could go a different way. Campusano homers to help you win another game. Campusano is starting to wake up, people.
He is.
It's taken a while, but he's starting to wake up, and I'm happy for him. And I think he's got to start cutting into Fermin's playing time until further notice.
Absolutely.
I'm going with what I'm
We
seeing.
got to go with the hot hand here.
You know,
And I know that Campusano's not going to catch every day. I saw people.
Doesn't have to.
I saw people criticizing the lineup yesterday with Fermin in there. Fermin's going to catch.
Fermin's the catcher.
Campusano's going to catch.
Fermin's the catcher, but there's nothing that tells me Campusano can't get some more PT right now. The way he's swinging the bat, and I think the way he's handling the pitchers, I think he's doing an excellent job. But Craig Stammen right now is a 26-man team, and that's better than your 14-man team. And I appreciate what he's doing by getting everybody in this thing. And you know what? A lesser manager might have sat Wandy Peralta out for about a month after the start he
I
had.
would have.
Yeah, I would too. Craig Stammen's gone right back to him, and guess what? Now he's got another pitcher back. He's you could say he's a player's manager. I think that's turning into a good thing right now. I do. So 10-6, second best record in all of baseball. That's crazy. Only a game and a half back of the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll take a break. Charlie Hoffman to talk Masters golf when we come back on Gwynn and Chris.
Gwynn and Chris.
With everything else that's going on right now, the Dallas Wings are on the clock. Welcome, everybody, to our WNBA draft coverage.
Dun, 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 dun.
WNBA draft is taking place tonight.
Had no idea until
right.
about
You didn't even
30
know, did you?
seconds ago.
Yeah. So we'll keep a little eye on that. Some big names that'll be drafted in the WNBA. So we'll touch on that, but that's a little later in the day. Padres have the day off after a sweep of the Rockies, a sweep which helped move them from one of the, kind of question mark teams of the early season right on up to the second best record in all of Major League Baseball. And all has been forgotten and forgiven. Just like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
You win
that's how
5
that
in a
goes.
row. I don't even know what you did before those 5 games.
I mean, they were 1-4 11 days ago, and we were ready to fire anybody that worked anywhere near Petco Park.
It was just too familiar of a feeling, Chris.
There were ushers on their way out the door. We were like, come on.
Those
team,
at-bats were lifeless. Not anymore.
Well, yeah, I guess I know. They were not lifeless. They just were productiveless.
They were lifeless.
If that's a word. Plenty of productive ABs, though, over the weekend. And the good thing was, the way they bounced back. I mean, the Rockies didn't just, hand it to them like they normally do. All right. Even yesterday, 3-0. Rockies got back to 3-2, put a little pressure on. Padres went back out, scored a couple more runs. Laureano hit the home run. Game's over. Yeah, that's what you do. The first game, the Rockies led, I think, 3 different times on Thursday night. And, Campusano came in with a big hit to tie it in extra innings. They got some resistance, and they were able to handle all of it. And, 10-6, I don't think is anything to, write home about unless you look at the fact that no one else is better than that. Except for the Dodgers at 11-4. Dodgers play the Mets tonight. I want to point out that is a series between Team A with $1 billion versus Team B with $1 billion.
Yeah. And
shame on the Mets, but let me be happy about it now that Frank's gone. The $125,000 salary A's swept the Mets this weekend in New York.
They sure did.
Love that.
Steve
Love to see the little guy go into the Big Apple and win every game.
I think the A's are going to be a playoff team. That's all said and done. They're close.
Mark Kotze might have him there. I don't know. Mets also, a little news today. We're waiting. We're going to get Charlie Hoffman on here in a second for those who are tuned in for some golf stuff, and that's coming up. But with Juan Soto on the injured list, the Mets have gone to the very last resort. The very last resort. The Mets are like, in a desperation move today, the New York Mets have recalled
Eric Hosmer?
Yeah, that would be even more desperate than this. Tommy Pham is back up in the big leagues with the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently Ed Kranepool wasn't available. You don't know who that is, but
no.
He was a star on the old 69 Mets, the famous team back in the day.
I told you that Steve Cohen, who likes to tweet about his team and he likes to talk to fans, the fans have turned on him.
I'm sure they're angry.
And he is digging himself a deeper hole.
Well,
he doesn't understand that when you buy a baseball team, you just can't throw money at it and it's going to win.
Yeah, but you know what? The Mets are 7-9. I mean, 11 days from now, like the Padres, they could be 19-12.
It's true, but
all would be fine.
It's true. They missed the playoffs last year with
they tied for
roster.
it. Well, they tied for it, and the Reds got the tiebreaker. I'm not disagreeing with you. The Mets should be a lot better than they are. But you do have Juan Soto, who's one of the best players in baseball, out of the lineup. You have half your pitching staff hurt. You didn't re-sign Edwin Diaz. So, Pete Alonso got away. So, I'm not really ready to give up on the Mets, but I understand that the fans are losing their minds there. A couple of other quick injury notes. Christian Yelich, Brewers, they're waiting with fingers crossed to get a report back on him. Hamstring tightness, but it could be one of those lingering, long-term. Phone's ringing there, sir. Trying to get your attention over here.
Thank you.
But Yelich could be one of those long-term things. Pat Murphy said we're likely to get some bad news on him. They haven't gotten that bad news yet. The Brewers just got swept by the Nationals. You talk about kind of a crazy weekend. The Astros, who are indeed hurting, put Jeremy Pena on the injured list today as well. So, a lot of things are going on, and it's not working out for everybody. Where are we at?
Hit the button, but I think it was too late. So he's going to call back, I'm sure, in just a second.
All right, so the phone now it's ringing again.
No, I gave
How about
him the
getting
right
it
number.
on time this time?
You don't even know what happened over here, okay?
No, I don't. Charlie's coming on to talk about the Masters. All right. Hello, Charlie Hoffman. How are you today? I couldn't be happier to be chatting with you on this Masters Monday. How are things? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
After a great lead-in like that.
I don't know what's happening with the phone.
Technology at its finest here on the Gwynn and Chris show.
Great. I don't know why this is happening.
You know what I'm going to do? Just kind of get out of the way and let you figure it out and let everybody listen to you try to figure it out.
Well, this is not something I want to be figuring out right now.
Well, you had him. You actually spoke with him, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So
I hope he's not annoyed with me because he just texted me. He said, I got cut off. I was like, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
You cut him off?
I did not cut him off.
He thinks you did.
Keep talking about how great Rory McIlroy is.
I don't want to. I really don't want to. I want to let Charlie talk about how great Rory McIlroy is.
Okay.
It's my least favorite golfer. Wasn't rooting for him. I'm annoyed at Justin Rose and what was the other guy? Took the lead there for a while. Cameron Young.
Yes.
All these guys for blowing the tournament.
Justin Rose was a leader for like a hole.
But Justin Rose is unbelievable in the putting, isn't he? He makes some incredible putts, that guy. He had a shot yesterday. What was the one where he's under a tree, chipped out within like 1 foot? Justin Rose is cool to watch.
He does do some really great things.
But, they couldn't get Rory. Rory wins. He's only the fourth guy ever to do it. We're tap dancing now because we can't find Charlie all of a sudden.
I'm starting to sweat now.
Does he have to call us?
Well, when I called him, it wasn't letting my number through for some reason.
All right, he's ringing again.
All right, here we go.
This might be our last chance.
Yeah.
Skraby's apologizing now. He says he can hear him.
Okay.
He's putting him on the show.
I'm not hitting any button. He's just going right onto the air.
Move your hands
there we
away
go.
from
I
the
think
board.
he's there. My hands are away from the board.
Charlie Hoffman, how are you?
Here, loud and clear.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to be worth the wait, Charlie, because before we talked to you about yesterday and the weekend, we dug this up for you to enjoy. Skraby's got it. Listen.
Hoffman, and that was a six iron.
Sailing.
Landing.
Rolling.
Hole in one at the 16th.
Charlie at the Masters with an ace. That had to bring a little smile to your face, or at least I hope it did.
You know what brings a smile is my sex iron that Vern loaned.
Yes, the guy boxed up your call.
I know. What's funny is we said that right before
we said the
played
same
it.
thing. It's like, oh man, he gets a hole in one, and the guy messes up his call. Charlie Hoffman did have an ace at the famous 16th at the Masters. Charlie, thanks for joining us. First of all, let's just talk about the tournament in itself and where this is the 90th Masters and what this means and where we're headed with the Masters and what this is all about as far as from a golfing perspective. I mean, it's kind of the weekend where everybody comes together and we even let the live golfers play. Just talk about sitting back and enjoying it from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I'm a golf fan. I'm fortunate enough to play golf for a living and then play at the Masters 6 times and played the weekend every time. But we as golfers and professional golfers and fans, we love watching the Masters. I would say the excitement of the event was great, especially after Friday when we didn't know what we were going to get on the weekend when Rory was sort of running away with it after the round on Friday afternoon. But Obviously, it was very electric coming down the stretch. There was at one point 5 or 6 guys within one shot of the lead, and you didn't know which way it was going to go. You thought Justin Rose was going to finally get his green jacket, and he sort of fell off. And then Rory came through when he needed to. He hit the quality shots coming down the back nine and looked great, and then got one of the most fortunate breaks of all time on hole 18. I mean, to be able to hit over there to the right and have some sort of a shot to advance it to the green is unheard of, to be completely honest with you. And so it was there. And then you had TV not telling you where the ball was, and everybody was going, what the heck's going on?
No kidding. We couldn't believe that. Yes, his shot came out.
How do you not track balls? Yeah.
Yeah, we track every shot, right? I mean, it's like, before early on Thursday, it's like here's some greenskeeper hitting a shot on 9, and they got the yellow line to follow the shot. But Rory McIlroy on the 72nd hole, they didn't have the yellow line. We didn't know where the ball was. And to add to that, I don't know if you noticed this, Charlie or Matt over there, but his last putt, the angle of the camera, you couldn't see the ball go in the hole. His foot was blocking where the ball actually disappeared. Now, you knew he was going to make it because he was right there. But still, that's kind of the clinching moment. And as a viewer, we didn't get to see it. Charlie, I wanted to ask you before that, because I know Skraby will go back to yesterday and that crazy decision at 18. But when you watched him play on Friday on the second 9, we sat here in the studio, and I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm not even really rooting for Rory McIlroy. I kind of like to see people beat him, but I had to appreciate the immense, just talent and insane shot making he was, making over that 7-8 hole stretch. And I even mentioned it to Skraby. I said, I wonder what Charlie thinks watching something like this. Like, even you had to go, wow, that's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, you just don't pull. At a major championship, it's pretty much. Obviously he's playing great golf. He's right there at the lead. But birdie, what was it? 6 of the last 7 holes on any round. But especially the Augusta, that's what makes that golf course so great. Is you can birdie every hole out there if you hit quality good shots. Now, I could argue that he didn't always hit great drives and get in the right spot, but the guy took advantage of good breaks and good situations, and that won him the golf tournament. It was proven that he won the golf tournament. If he doesn't have that, and he could show the game he had on the weekend, he doesn't win. He doesn't even really probably contend. So that shows you. Every shot from the first to the hole to the 72nd hole, they're all worth the same amount. And that stretch of holes on Friday won him the golf tournament.
And Deb, we're talking to PGA Tour pro Charlie Hoffman. He's joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Before we move off of the Masters, and we'll talk about your golf career at the end, but I just want to talk about what Rory did in the way of winning it twice, back-to-back years, because this isn't something that happens often. There's only a handful of guys, and their name are Tiger Woods and like Jack Nicklaus and guys like that. Can you just describe to us how difficult it is to win the Masters back-to-back?
Yeah, Rory showed how difficult it was to win one when you put that much pressure on you.
Yeah.
And it's more the pressure we put on ourselves. And I think why he won this one is because he won last time. If he hadn't done that last year, I don't think he wins the second one. The pressure isn't off. Every win is very, very hard in the PGA Tour, but the meaning of actually breaking through and winning that career Grand Slam and winning the Masters was already done. So I would say it was free rolling at this point in time. And I'm not saying it was easy. He showed how hard it was, but you don't have to be in this game. You don't have to be perfect. And he showed that this week. You got to get some good breaks. You got to take advantage of those breaks, and you can still win the biggest tournaments in the world, not hitting every shot perfect. And he did that. But it is very hard to win one, or less two.
Yeah.
I could argue it's probably easier to win two than that first one. Everybody says the first one breaking through is
got
the
the pressure
one.
off a little. Yeah. Charlie Hoffman is with us. All right, take us to 18. You're up on the lead. You got the lead, Charlie. You're up 2 there. You need a bogey to win. To me, if you need a par to win, you got to play the course pretty straight up. If you play bogey to win, I know it's second guessing, but should you use something less on the tee shot to make sure that what happened to him doesn't happen? Or do you just have to let it all hang out there, because if you go, half-ass, it may not work? that way.
No, it's a driver hole. I mean, some lefties like Phil will hit 3-wood off that hole because they can draw it. But for a right-handed golfer, it's driver. It actually gets, I would arguably, more open the further you get up there. There's more trouble down the left the shorter you hit it. There's some low-hanging trees in the right. I go with driver and swinging hard and hit as hard as I can and hopefully be able to pitch out to the fairway, get on the green, have a putt for par. And I think that was his reason. I think everybody that's right-handed would hit a driver off that hole no matter what. The corridor through that hitting area, 200 yards, is tight with a putter, more or less, a driver. So, I mean, you got to hit it straight. It doesn't really matter what club it is.
Okay.
So I think everybody be hitting driver.
So it wasn't a tactical mistake. It was just more of a
bad swing.
Yeah, bad swing.
Exactly.
Scotty Scheffler's my favorite. I root for this guy. I think a lot of people do. I don't know that he did himself any favors by complaining about the firmness of the course on Thursday and Friday and going back and saying it wasn't set up great. I personally would like to see him just tip his cap to the winner. Some of your thoughts on Scheffler. Whatever he said is probably right. I just don't know that we needed to hear all that, Charlie.
I mean, we play in waves week in and week out, and there's been British Opens won and lost that year in and year out, depending on what draw you get. I mean, there was a year I played where I think Royal St. George's and it rained for all 36 holes I played, and there's a wave that it didn't rain at all for any of the guys playing in it. It happens. I don't think it was that drastic at Augusta. Obviously, Augusta is a little more controlled. The field's a little bit smaller, so most guys playing pretty close to the same conditions. You know, the early morning rounds, you're going to have a little more playable conditions because it's going to be a little bit softer. But with the weather, you knew you were going to get it firm in the afternoon, no matter when you played. I mean, that's sort of my pet peeve at Augusta is watching guys that are, I wouldn't say even par, not really in the tournament when the leader's 11 under and they go out and shoot 7 under in the morning and they get I would say a backdoor top 10. Now, did they shoot 7 under at Augusta National on Sunday? Yes, and they deserve it. But the conditions they played in are different than what
it's interesting. So it was a little easier for him to shoot
Rory
that.
Played in.
It was easier for Scheffler to get that 65 on Saturday. I mean, that's just fair to say that.
100%. That's 100%. He took advantage of that situation. Now you got there's plenty of guys that shot even par in the morning too, but he took that advantage he had on Saturday morning with the disadvantage he had the other days, and he took advantage of it and got back in the tournament.
Interesting.
Talking to Charlie Hoffman, PGA Tour Pro on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Last one from me. And I just wanted to talk about real quick though, about the draws and everything. I remember specifically Tiger Woods at a British Open or an Open Championship shooting an 82 in the first round just because he had like a tsunami that was happening while he was playing golf.
He still won that.
No, he didn't win that year. He didn't win that year. But I just want to ask about the distance and all the talk about driving the ball and how far it's going, because we've talked about it on the show. I understand you can't make golf courses longer. We're running out of land. Some people like Tom Watson and Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, they want to see the golf ball rolled back a little bit. What are your thoughts on the distance issue, I guess, in PGA Tour golf?
I don't have an issue with the golf ball. I guess I'd answer that as politically correctly as I can. I do agree the ball's going further and the skill set is still very high, but I would like to see a way, and I don't even know how you can do this. The drivers when I grew up were tiny. I mean, you look at Persimmon and Nicholas and those guys and the small metal ones that Norman was using. Now you literally get on the tee and swing as hard as you can because you know it's going to go forward and you know it's going to go pretty straight because of all the technology in that. If you could somehow bring back the art of hitting in the center of the face, I would say roll back the driver, if anything, of like, all right, the quality shot in the middle of the face still goes 300 and something yards, but if you swing hard and miss it, it could go 30 or 40 yards offline. That'd make you think about swinging at 125, 30 miles an hour. That's what just bring the skill of hitting it in the middle of the face back. I don't know how you do that. And then it sort of eliminates what the golf ball is doing. Golf's a great game because you guys can play exact same golf ball, the exact same golf courses, and we can have a match depending on the handicap. I would hate to see bifurcation doesn't seem right to me, to be completely honest with you. I mean, we're a show. We only play, I would say, 30-something events in the United States a year going forward. And you obviously got international events all over the world, but we play less than like 1 or 2% of the golf course in the world. So if we have to make a few of them a little bit longer, is that a really big deal? I don't think it is. Now there's landlocked issues, like you could outdate some golf courses, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. People are watching golf. People are playing golf. I wouldn't mess with it too much, is my opinion.
All they have to do is use the driver I use. It has no trouble hitting the ball off the center almost every time. So I think we give everybody one of those, and that'll even things out. Real quick, Charlie, what's next for you, and where are you at in terms of, I know health-wise, it's always kind of up and down with the back, et cetera. Are we going to see you anytime soon?
Yeah, so health-wise, I'm great. Start of the year, been way below average. I haven't been able to put anything together. The weeks I've hit it good, I've had not great. The weeks I've put it all right, I didn't hit it good. So I'm looking forward to put 4 rounds together, or at least have the opportunity to put 4 rounds together. I've got the Zurich team play event, which is a fun event between or after RBC this week with Nick Watney. Nick Watney, a longtime friend, California a guy also. We've played every one of these events together. Actually, the only team to play every one of these events, which will be fun. Event we look forward to playing every year. I'll play that, and then I'm going to probably take it pretty slow. At the beginning of the year, I wanted to get off to a great start and sort of try to keep my PGA Tour card. That's probably a little far-fetched this year, the way the start is coming. So I might lay low this summer a little bit, play sparingly, we'll say. And I turn 50 December 27th, and then get ready for the Champs Tour. That would be my guess. Obviously, if I catch
you can start dominating again.
Yeah,
you can start dominating again.
Ideally, yeah.
It's going to be
great.
great.
Be the young kid again.
You're going to be a youngster. Well, you know what, Charlie? Just keep that sex iron in the bag, and you should be fine. So
that's a good club for you.
That's a good club for you, apparently. It goes about 179, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Charlie, thanks, man. Always great talking to you. It's a thrill every time we have you on, and we look forward to catching up with you down the road.
Thanks for having me on anytime, guys. It's a pleasure talking.
You betcha. Charlie Hoffman right there, PGA Tour professional from Poway. And our guy on golf, he had some really good stuff. We got to talk about it after the top of the hour because I know we're short, but I want to go back over some of the things he said. So we'll do that.
It's just so funny talking to someone who's actually played many rounds at Augusta National and knows
like
how
we can only dream
plays.
of what that's
I'm
like.
thinking about what it looks like on TV, and he's thinking about what it looks like from the tee box.
He's had those shots. Yeah. All right, more Gwynn and Chris. Hour number 2 coming up. off today. As are the Padres. Padres take on the Mariners tomorrow. Mariners are finishing up what looks like a victory today. They're leading the Astros 6-2. Top of the 8th inning. Astros trying to get a little something going here to avoid an 8th consecutive loss. But looks like the Mariners will be coming down here after the game off a victory today. Josh Naylor, by the way, the former Padre.
Been really struggling.
Like anybody who's struggling, not struggling compared to Josh Naylor.
Yeah.
Until today. 3-run homer and a 2-run homer today.
Wow.
So he's got 5 RBIs, his first 2 home runs of the year. And I think he's raised his batting average to like 130 with those hits. He was way down there.
The thing I love about the early batting average is you could put together a good couple days and you're all of a sudden hitting 300.
Well, he just got out last time. So Josh Naylor currently at 127. But he does have 2 home runs. He hit them both today. Cal Raleigh, I think, has 1 home run and is hitting 156. Rodriguez had a double today, and that's just his second extra base hit of the year. He's hitting 212. So, but hey, the Padres proved you can turn all that around very quickly, like we saw this weekend. So, yes. Mariners and Padres, and I am not going to call it the Cup anymore.
Vedder Cup, you have to.
I'm not going to. I refuse to because Eddie Vedder doesn't give a crap about it. And so I just can't do it anymore. When Eddie Vedder became like a known Cub fanatic
in the playoffs against the Padres,
he's up there outwardly rooting against us. I can't give him any. And you know what? I don't think he cares. Like, he doesn't care that I'm not going to call it the Vedder Cup, but I'm just not. Mariners, Padres tomorrow. Day off today means we get 4 full hours. And I hope you enjoyed our visit with Charlie Hoffman. Sometimes, Skraby, I hate when we have to take the commercial break because I had about 25 more questions, and I would have loved asking them all. And I think Charlie wouldn't have minded talking. He loves coming on. So
I think I'm going to ask him to come in the studio one day.
I think he would just enjoy it.
When his schedule allows.
And you know what I think he would enjoy? Because he's a sports fan.
Yes, he is.
And I think he would enjoy coming in and talking about everything else besides just answering golf questions.
He's a Padres fan for sure.
Right. He'd love that. And, hopefully we can make that happen one of these days. But I thought the most interesting thing he said, because you talk about Scotty Scheffler whining a little bit about, the course conditions on Thursday or Friday. Charlie basically said, dude, he got the easy conditions on Saturday because he teed off so early.
That's the interesting
And that contributed to his 65, which got him back in the running.
Yeah.
And he said, you shoot a 65 Saturday or Sunday morning, it's different than shooting one Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely.
Which is something I wouldn't know, but they know.
Yeah, because it's softer in the morning. The dew has it's not so dry on the golf course, but as you
so the ball won't. You mean it won't skate off the green?
When it lands on the green, it will slow down for more. It will stick on the green, but
gives you a little more
see
control
through the day how those greens were getting brown, which means that they're drying out.
And by the 17th, by the afternoon, your 17th approach shot, you're landing on concrete and hoping the ball will stay there.
Basically,
and you know what? It does,
because they hit it so high in the air and
those
they
guys are so good.
They really are.
Still stays there, even though it's concrete. And the other thing I like, Charlie said, the great thing about golf is that all of us, him, me, you,
that's why I say it all the time.
Anyone out there can use whatever clubs, whatever balls, whatever technology will allow us to do. So why limit anything? And I agree with him 100%. And that's why I go back to what I said last week. If you need to keep guys from, doing 370-yard drives, make the sand trap or put a river there. And just say, if you want to hit 370, you're going to have a risk.
You have to either go over it or
lay up. And I think that will, take care of some of this, just bombing the golf ball.
What he said was actually really smart, obviously.
Yes, right.
He's a professional
he knows
golfer.
what he's doing.
Talking about. I never even thought about this, but the sweet spot on a club, even for the pros, imagine back in the day, the sweet spot was the size of a golf ball. That was the sweet spot. Now
so when you swung, the ball had to hit right there to really take off.
Yes, that would
now
be your
it is
maximum
so
effort.
much bigger, right?
Yeah, now the sweet spot on a golf club, if it was a golf ball before, it's like a grapefruit now. So it's like basically the entire club face now
so
is
you
able
can
to hit it
miss,
far. Yes.
but still hit a perfect shot.
They also have these clubs that are able to self-correct slices because they bend in a certain way and they spin the ball a certain way.
I don't have one of those.
I don't have one of
My
those
ball
either,
just
Chris.
still goes off to the, the
I
side.
don't
there.
have one of those either, Chris.
Yeah.
But I think he's right. If you make the focus on hitting the club face where it needs to be hit, then you're going to be a little bit more careful and you're going to have to be more precise.
I've said it before, kind of jokingly, but he's worked on all of these committees, Charlie, I'm talking about. He's been one of the players' representatives.
Yep.
You could do a whole lot worse than putting somebody like Charlie Hoffman in charge of golf.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do that. But
I don't know if he either.
I'm voting for him right now.
I think he'd be really, really a perfect guy for it. He gets the game, and he's going to do what's best for the players, but also keep the good of the tour in mind.
That's the biggest part, I think, is keeping the tour in mind, and that's exactly what he does. Because every time we talk to him, I seem like I learned something about the game.
Oh, I definitely do. All right, Charlie was there. Rory did win the Masters. How about that putt on 17 by Scheffler, though? Sit on the lip of the cup.
Yes.
Ends up losing by 1.
Yeah.
There's just things like that. And how about Rory on Friday chipping in from 40 yards
he doesn't make
on that same hole?
He might not win the tournament.
He doesn't win. So, you can do a bunch of ifs on that stuff. But the 18th hole, Charlie pointed out, see, I didn't realize till Charlie just said that. I didn't realize how lucky Rory was on 18. Like when he teed off and it went into the woods on the right, Charlie said it's almost never do you have a shot back to the fairway. But he did. Because if he didn't have that, then really a 6 is about as good as he could have done.
Yeah, he's punching through the trees.
And it would have gone to a
green.
playoff. So he really got lucky on that. But even though I'm not a Rory fan, what he did on Friday won me over. That 7-hole stretch was as good a golf as I've seen probably since Tiger, when Tiger did that a few times.
Tiger,
when he'd get on one of those rolls and, Tiger'd be, he's got a 6-iron from 219 yards and the ball would go up in the air and you'd watch it and then it would land and the pin would be here and it would land right here.
Yeah.
And he did it like 8 holes in a row. You're like, come on. That's ridiculous.
Tiger Woods had a great golf swing. But I would say that if I were to be reborn with a great golf swing, I would take Rory's golf swing.
Well, you got to say McIlroy's got
his golf swing is nearly perfect.
It's got to be to hit the ball as far as he does at his size.
Yeah, it's nearly perfect.
I would say.
All right, we're going to have to do daily Gambit.
Yes, we'll do the Gambit in a moment. One thing you'll be happy we haven't mentioned yet is that the NBA playoffs are set. Might get into some of that a little bit as the program goes on. But stick around. Daily Gambit's next on Gwynn and Chris.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help. And there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So, goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk.
Gwynn Chris program for a Monday, Padre day off. Padres got the Mariners Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday's also an evening game, not a day game. Thursday, it'll be 5:40, an hour earlier. Reason for that, I believe, is I think TV wants to do the game Thursday, like one of those Prime Apple.
Oh, is
things.
it one of those things?
I think so. But also Friday, the Padres play at Anaheim. So not any travel necessarily for the Padres after the series Thursday.
I gotta
Right?
see where this game is Thursday.
They got the Angels in Anaheim Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Angels, by the way, have the hottest pitcher in all of baseball right now. Do you know who that is, Scrape? You are a fantasy baseball freak.
I saw this yesterday.
Jose Soriano, 4-0 with a 0.33 ERA to start the season. He will be facing the Padres on Friday. I'm just pointing that out.
Great. Love it.
All right, let's get to the Gambit. I got a couple of stories I do want to touch on right after the Gambit, maybe at the start of the next segment, but they're important. But first, we got to do this.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Here are our quick bets from last week. By the way, we're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Friday,
Damn right we do.
Friday, Rockies Padres. That scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
Rockies Padres over under 8 runs. You went under, I went over. It was a total on a Friday of 5-2, so 7 runs.
7, yeah.
Or is the score of 5-2. Dodgers minus 1.5 against the Rangers Friday night. We both picked the Rangers. Dodgers ended up winning this game thanks to Max Muncy's 3 home runs on Friday night.
No kidding.
But the Dodgers did not win the bet because they were minus 1.5 on the run line. So we win that one.
All right. Rangers took 1 game or 2 there this week, and I know they won last night. Jacob deGrom pitched. Dodgers are 11-4, so that's the only record in baseball, by the way, better than the Padres.
I would
which is
think
crazy.
They won. The Dodgers would have won 2 of 3 against
Yeah, maybe
them.
they did. Yeah.
Walker Buehler hits plus earned runs plus walks against Sugano Friday. We both went Buehler, who had the most or the least. Because I was thinking about this. Wouldn't it be the least? Don't you want to have the least amount of walks and hits and earned runs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Walker Buehler went 3 hits minus 1 walk, no runs for a total of 2. Sugano 4 hits, 2 runs for a total of 6. Buehler wins.
Wait a minute. What? No, it's hits, walks, plus. No, you add them all up.
Yes, but
There's no subtraction done.
no, I know that. But
How did Buehler only end up with 2?
because he was a spread of 1.
Oh. Who won the bet?
Buehler.
Buehler. Win.
Either
Okay,
way,
move on. All right.
I thought
I'm
about
confused
this
now
far
myself.
too long over the weekend.
Okay.
More Ks. Chase Burns or Chris Paddock plus 4. Chase Burns Chris went with him. I went with Paddock. Chase Burns had 2. Chris Paddock had 4 plus those 4.
Yeah, Paddock wins. Good for Paddock.
Denver minus 11.5 against OKC Friday night. Chris went OKC. I went Denver. Denver did win 127-107. And then finally, who had more points? LaMelo Ball minus 3 or Cade Cunningham. We both went with Cunningham. He had 14. LaMelo had 27. So he wins the bet.
Loser. All right, let's see what we got tonight. By the way, 38 minutes, the Dallas Wings will.
Who are they going to pick?
AZ Fudd, people are saying.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Which will be interesting.
AZ Fudd?
Yeah. She plays for Connecticut.
Okay.
And I believe AZ Fudd, last I checked on my WNBA relationship calendar, I believe she is together with Paige Beckers, which means they could be picked back to back.
Wow.
By the same team as the number 1 overall pick in back-to-back years. And
do you really want to work with your significant other?
Of course you do, Skraby, in case my significant other is listening.
Do you really want, I mean, you're literally spending every day together now.
I'm not going to speak for them. Okay. Hopefully it all works out for them.
All right.
Here we go. Dodgers 1.5 over the Metropolitans tonight. Look, the Dodgers are 11-4, and that's all well and good. The Mets are 7-9 and just got swept by the A's. Mets are going with David Peterson. Dodgers, Justin Robleski. Happened to the Dodgers starting staff? Is everybody? Well, Snell's hurt. Who else is hurt?
So I have no idea. Roki Sasaki stinks.
Why is Robleski starting?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I am gonna go with the Dodgers.
I have no faith.
No, I have no faith in the Mets.
I will say this is a tough game for the Mets. They had to travel cross country last night to play tonight, but I'll take the Mets just because I'm going to be rooting for them. Yankees play the Angels, so you've got the LA-New York thing going on both coasts. This one will be at Yankee Stadium. Yusei Kikuchi for the Halos, Will Warren for the Pinstripes. 9.5 over/under runs. I'm first. I don't know. Over. Why not? Somebody finds the short porch.
Ever since Jorge Soler got into a fight with Reynaldo Lopez, he's been on fire.
Yes.
He has been on fire.
The Angels are actually Kurt Suzuki's their new manager.
Yep,
They're off to an okay start. We'll see how long that lasts. The Yankees have been doing okay.
For Jorge Soler, I'm going over.
Both going over. Garrett Crochet is at Minnesota. Paul Skeens is hosting Washington. This is a strikeout battle. Crochet -1 versus Skeens.
Interesting.
Tough call. See, Skeens, I think you have to always worry when you wager on Skeens because he does come out of games earlier sometimes.
Yeah.
Crochet's likelier to go deeper into the game. That would be
They do not come take him out if he's pitching well.
Yeah. What do you got here? You gonna go with Crochet -1 or go with Skeens?
Minnesota has been pretty good
so far.
So even though they're not a very great team,
they have the best record.
Crochet.
The Twins are 9-7, as are the Guardians. That's the best record in the American League. 9-7. Yankees are 8-7. All right, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go Crochet.
Crochet makes more sense, so I'll take Skeens. Because why go with what makes sense? All right, we're going to try this one more time, and then if we muck it up, we won't do it again.
Okay.
Hits, walks, and earned runs.
Okay.
Add them all up. Who has fewer, Crochet or Skeens?
All right. I like this.
This one I'll definitely take Skeens. He doesn't give up hits, walks, or earned runs.
Yeah, I will take Skeens.
Skeens there. Okay. Judge for the Yankees. Ohtani for the Dodgers. Total bases tonight. By the way, Ohtani started to roll. He's got 5 home runs now. Seems like, has he still got his on-base streak? I think he does. He's getting up towards 50 on that. Judge was not off to a great start. I haven't checked him recently. 218 average, 4 home runs for Judge. Who you got here?
I mean, Ohtani could either hit 2 home runs or he could go 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts.
You know what's funny? So can Judge and every other player.
I know. I'm going with Ohtani.
Ohtani been on fire. I'm gonna take Judge because Ohtani's facing a left-handed pitcher. Maybe that'll limit him. NHL big games tonight. The Kings are 1 point ahead of Nashville for the final spot. Kings are 1.5 over the Kraken.
Oh, I love the Kraken.
I know you do, but the Kraken are out of the playoffs, so I'm going to take the Kings against a team that's playing for pride. Kings need this game.
I'm going to take the Kraken.
But you're still going to take the Kraken.
I'm going to take the Kraken.
Just because you like to say it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Kraken.
Predators are a point behind. They're 1.5 over your Sharkies.
Okay.
It's in Nashville tonight. Who do you like here?
Preds are -1.5.
Preds are the team that need the win. Sharks have a mathematical chance to get in, but they need to win all 3 and get help.
All right, well, if they need to win, I'm going Sharks.
I got to go Sharks, too, because I'm rooting for the Kings. And I got one more that I created. Tomorrow's the UEFA Champions League semifinals.
Been waiting for this.
Me too. Second leg. You got Atletico Madrid, and there's a soccer fan out there somewhere who'll say, it's not Atletico. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can.
I think it is, right?
I think it might be. They're ahead of FC Barcelona, otherwise known as Barca, 2-0 after the first game.
Okay.
Paris Saint-Germain is ahead of Liverpool, 2-0 after the first game.
Okay.
Tomorrow's the 2nd. Are you saying yes or no? Both Atletico and Paris Saint-Germain advance. They're both ahead 2-0 going into their games tomorrow. Are you saying they both advance, or does one not advance?
I would think both advance.
Both. Yeah, just since you said both, I'll put a bet on Liverpool to rally.
Liverpool.
Actually, Barca's usually all right too. I like the UEFA Champions League. I can't say that I watch it, but I follow it because I like the format. I really think it's interesting, the 2-game setup. I enjoy that.
That is interesting.
So, all right, there we go. We'll take a break. When we come back, some bad news to share.
Stop.
Yeah, I know, but I got to, I'm here. I got to tell people what's going on. It's not bad news with you.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. Actually.
No, it's bad news with somebody we all really, really like. And, I have to pass it along and so that we can all cross our fingers for him. But I'll let you know about that and a little bit more. And then Padres Pen Pals coming up.
From the first pitch.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a, what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, are they cheesy? No, they're not cheesy at all, actually. They're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on."
Dallas Wings are getting some butterflies. 30 minutes away. First pick. WNBA drafts. Great.
Do you get butterflies if you're a team with the first pick? I guess you can. You can say to yourself, "I hope I don't mess this up."
The life-changing, organization-changing moment.
Yes, it is.
AZ Fudd is expected to be the top pick. She would be joining her girlfriend, Paige Beckers. I think it's kind of cool. You're like all worried that the relationship's going to break up if they play on the same team together.
Maybe I'm putting my own fears into the world.
I think you're putting your own fears into the world.
I might be doing that a little bit.
I'm assuming that they would love to play together. They did at UConn, and now they could play together in the WNBA as back-to-back #1 overall picks. I mean,
that would be crazy.
That would be pretty crazy. You don't get the
But then I'm thinking about like if I think this is a bad idea.
You're not liking it.
No.
Well,
what if they break up? This goes for every single relationship everywhere and working together. I've worked with a girlfriend before and we broke up and it was bad and awkward.
I got to be honest with you. If they break up and they're on the same team,
be bad.
That'd be tricky. That'd be tricky. All right. Well, let's not worry about all that. Let them sort it out.
Okay.
You and I have enough.
Good call.
You and I have enough problems.
Good call.
Before we get to our Padre Pen Pal, Padres are idle today, as is Tony Gwynn Jr. This in today came down a little bit ago. So I'm mentioning it so that we can all put our prayers in there.
I don't even know what this is.
It's a Dick Vitale news.
Oh.
Yeah, Dick's got announced he's got melanoma in his lung and liver cavity.
Oh, no.
That can't be good.
No.
He's starting with immunotherapy.
Yep.
Tony, you're awesome, baby, with a capital A.
Everybody loves Dick Vitale. There's nobody. This man is just universally loved. He's 86 years old. He's beaten melanoma, lymphoma, vocal cord cancer, and lymph node cancer. He's 4 for 4, and he said today, "I'm confident I'm going to make it 5 for 5." And obviously, like I said, there's nobody that's not going to be, sending prayers to Dick Vitale.
I remember Dick Vitale from as long as I can remember.
I mean, ever since the day I was just doing a random show on a Tuesday night, and he called in as a listener. I just thought, man, this guy, to know that he's as sky high as he is in terms of, the level we Dick Vitale is thought of as a Hall of Fame broadcaster, to just say, you know what, I'm just a fan too. I think that's what makes Dick Vitale. He is not phony. I think, if you thought any of what he does is phony, you wouldn't like it. But he loves it that much, and he just brings that out. So you watch the game. Anyway, all the best to Dick Vitale on that.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is not the kind of news we wanted to be sharing. And I also said we'd get into the NBA playoffs, not too much because I know you hate it, but Laker fans should know this if they're out there, and I know some are. Luka Doncic is going to return from Spain, where he's been trying to get some sort of treatment for this hamstring injury.
I would love to go to Spain to get treatment for my hamstring.
That's what he's doing. He's according to Shams, the NBA insider, Doncic has gotten multiple injections for the hamstring strain. He'll be back Friday. The Lakers series starts with Houston on Saturday. TBD whether Luka will be playing, of course. I will say this. I think Tony would agree with me. They cannot beat Houston without Doncic and Reeves.
Yeah,
no way.
I would think so.
I would not think
LeBron is a great basketball player, but he's not that good anymore.
Not to where he could win it by himself.
Team, yeah.
I don't think so either. But we'll see. Hopefully for the Lakers, Doncic is back. Let's check some traffic, Skrabe, and then get into today's interesting conversation on the Padres Pen Pals. I got sidetracked there for a second.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This update is brought to you by Creative Repipe. You got a trash bag in the middle of the road. It's on the 5 South right at the 54, and it's blocking the right lane. And also on the northbound side of the 5 at the 15, there's a stall, and that connector is partially blocked. Don't wait until that water leak in your home becomes a flood. Call Creative Repipe for whole house repipes. Get a 20% discount plus a lifetime warranty. Free estimates with financing available. Visit creativerepipe.com. That's creativerepipe.com. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Aww. Padres Pen Pals begins.
Hurt the pelota big time.
Now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Now, I asked for submissions last week, and I got one, Chris, from our chat regular. KG sent me a submission. And so if you would like to send submissions, you can. You can email me. I think that's the best place to do it. Matt.skraby@odyssey.com. AUDACY is how you spell Odyssey. Skraby, it's SKRAB as in boy Y, but you can send it matt.skraby@odyssey.com. So let's get started with KG's first. Dear Gwynn, Chris, and Skraby, I will preface this by saying it is still early in the season, and there were several instances where the Padres had similar skids to this one in both 2024 and 2025, which still resulted in 90-plus win seasons. But since the start of the season, we have seen rather consistent lack of this was written last week, by the way. We have seen a rather consistent lack of offensive performance from the top of the order for some time. The Doomers have tossed the idea around that this core players may just, in fact, not be very good, or at the least, not have the ceiling we all believe they do. So here's the question, Chris. What can be said to the fan base to assure them this will pass and that the team isn't full of a combination of past their prime failures and one-season wonders?
So basically, what can be said to the fan base to make them feel better about the team's ability to hit?
Yes.
Here's what I would say. There's still 9 games left this season against the Rockies. So we know they'll hit in those 9 games. I'm not 100% convinced this is an offensive machine. What we saw this weekend was great. But you got to go with the back of the baseball card deal a little bit here. Fernando has got to be better than a 625 slug with 4 doubles and no home runs. Even Manny, who has a great on base, is still not, slugging yet. So I got to believe once those guys start doing what they do, you are going to score some more runs more consistently. I don't know exactly where the letter writer believes the Padre offense lands.
Oh, this person is a positive Padre, but
they're worried that we're going to be at the bottom.
No,
I don't
they're
think,
just talking to doomers. Basically.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in the middle as a hitting team. I think we'll finish somewhere between 12 and 17. But I'm hoping that the pitching and, Pivetta got to get healthy. And if you're just tuned in wondering what happened to Pivetta, we don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
But, hopefully Pivetta's fine. The pitching's going to have to be top 5 for them to, get where they want to go. I don't think this team is going to bash its way to the playoffs. But I don't think they're a bottom 5 hitting team either.
You're right.
Which is where they were before this weekend.
What can be said to the fan base to assure them this will pass? Kind of what you said, but also you put this in your post, KG. I mean, they've done this the last 2 years, and they've still won 90-plus games in each season. I guess, and this goes for me too, I got to be more calm because the first 2 weeks of the season, I was not calm enough. I thought the sky was falling a little bit. And now we're sitting here. The good news is everything's great.
The good news is when you went out on the ledge, you had a lot of people out there with you.
Yes.
So you had support.
But now we're all coming back in from the ledge.
You were not the only one out there.
No.
Yeah.
But I would just tell people to take it as it comes. One day at a time, okay?
I think they're they're a middle of the road hitting team, which means you're going to have good stretches and bad stretches.
Yes.
So just understand that.
All right. Thank you, KG. This next one, after 3 starts by both Walker
Hang on
Buehler.
a second. I got to have the scribbles.
They're right there.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
After 3 starts by both Walker Buehler and Germán Marquez, we've seen 2 bad ones from each and 1 good one from each.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up first. Does each guy hold on to their rotation spots long term? Well, with Nick Pivetta out, yes, they're going to be in front of the rotation. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do I think if Nick Pivetta is not on the injured list for a while, do they keep Walker Buehler? Seems to be the likely one to keep the spot. Germán Marquez is too up and down. He got bailed out the other day by the Padres offense because he gave up 4 runs early.
Yeah, they rocked him pretty good, actually.
And both of the starts outside of the I almost call them the Steelers. The Pirates start, like he was getting rocked.
He owns the Pirates too. Remember, he's got like a 1.89 career.
So if anybody gets pushed out of the rotation, it's probably Germán Marquez, in my opinion. Chris?
I believe that the best starting rotation for the Padres is the one that has Pivetta, it has Musgrove, it has King, it has Vasquez, and I believe it has Griffin Canning.
Yeah, I do too.
That's my 5. So that tells me that both Buehler and Marquez are on borrowed time. But that's my own 5. That may not be their thinking. So I think those are the best 5. Now, having said that, Musgrove's out, Pivetta's out, Canning's out. The only 2 that are pitching are King and Vasquez. So absolutely Buehler and Marquez are you're going to have to, hang with them for the time being for sure. Hope that they're able to, look, Buehler pitched 6 shutties Friday night. It wasn't a thing of complete dominance, but it was 6 shutties.
Yep.
So that was something, right?
Yes, it definitely was. I mean, he looks pretty good. And the more I read about him, the more I realize that he is working on becoming a completely different pitcher. Completely different.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out. All right, next one. Jake Cronenworth is very good at defense, but he is not good at offense. I'm tired of seeing him flail at the plate. The word flail comes up a lot to me, and I think it's because I use it sometimes. But here's the question, Chris. Is Jake Cronenworth an offensive liability?
No. He's absolutely not an offensive liability. I think Jake Cronenworth is a contributing member of a winning ball club. I don't care what his overall batting average is. And I will tell you straight up, I'll bet everything I got, that the 485 OPS you're seeing now is going to get much closer to the 740 OPS of a year ago. It's not going to get a lot higher than that, though. So I wouldn't expect Jake, to be going 900 on OPS and hitting 27-8 home runs.
He's never been that guy. He never will be that guy.
But I do think Jake is a solid 12 to 15 home runs. He's a guy I don't mind having at the plate when I need a hit because he's a gamer. He's a battler. And I think Jake will be fine. Having said that, if you heard the beginning of the show, Skraby and I both already suggested that for the moment, maybe Ty France and Jake ought to be platooning, which means Ty France starts at first base against lefties, and you put Fernando at second like you did yesterday. And then against righties, Jake plays second, and you go with Sheets or whoever back at first. But I think you got to get Ty France some more swings.
You do.
And I think that they need to, at the moment, I think they need to come at the expense of Jake.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the stats and the lineup, you're looking at Jake, and he's not one of the guys contributing right now. I think on the chat, they're making a really great point. He's a really great 8 or 9 hitter. And
sure.
I don't mind him being the leadoff hitter certain days, but they seem like they found their leadoff hitter.
Doesn't look like anybody's going to be leading off other than Laureano for a while.
Because he's been great. But, he's a great 8 or 9 hole hitter. And he can hit the home run occasionally. He can steal some bases if he wants to.
Other than the Dodgers, because the Dodgers have spent $400 billion. Other than the Dodgers, there's not a team out there that has an, Hall of Fame 8 or 9 hitter. They just aren't there.
I don't even know who their 8 or 9 hitter is. Is it
the Dodgers?
Yeah, is Tommy Edman?
Yeah, when he's healthy, it'd probably be Tommy Edman and Andy Pages. Pages is hitting 470 right now. But yeah, I think Jake, for what he is fine. But is Jake, he's never going to be more than what he is. But I'm good with what he is.
Yep.
Because I still think he's a contributing member of a winning team, and that's all I want.
All right. Let's go to our only angry one today.
Yay, let's get to an angry one. I mean, after they win 9 out of 11, there's got to be something to be angry about. Yeah. They lost 2.
There is
out
something.
Of 11.
There is something that people are angry about.
Okay.
I currently hate what Craig Stammen and the Padres are doing with the lineup. Sure, they won some games, but when is this little league managing going to end? Everyone acts like Craig Stammen is Joe Torre after 3 weeks into the season. This is the major leagues. You can't just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. Question, and I'm up first. How long until fans hate Craig Stammen again?
Again?
Yes.
Because the first 5 games they hated him?
This is what is wrong with Padres fans. These Padres fans.
This question is representing a lot of people that I don't think would sign on to the same question.
No. The people that are listening on our chat and they're thinking this is crazy. This is a bad question. But there are people out there, Chris, that are cheering this question.
I get it.
How long until they hate him again?
So what are they hating? Because he doesn't have the same lineup every game?
And he's just kind of throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. I don't care. They're winning baseball games. And you know what? It's kind of fun for me to wake up every day and say, I have no idea what the lineup is going to be. Although I do know Fernando's never going to hit cleanup anymore. I mean, that's just a dream of mine. So get over it. They're winning baseball games.
It's hard to have a guy hitting cleanup with a
That's true.
Pipsqueak slugging percentage.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I already talked about this. Just not answering this particular question, but whether the person who wrote this wants to admit it or not, the best thing about the Padres so far is the fact that Craig Stammen is getting everyone involved.
Yes.
It is benefiting this team a lot. To have Ty France in there, to have Bryce Johnson in there, to have Campusano in there, to have Miguel Andujar and Castellanos and Sheets, and have a bunch of guys contributing. You have 26 guys on the roster. You have 40 on the full roster. It takes them all to have a successful season. No longer is the day of baseball. We talked about it last week with Davey Lopes' passing, but where you have Garvey, Say, Lopes, and Russell, where the Reds have Pete Rose and Tony Perez and Johnny Bench and George Foster, whoever you want to name, it's the same thing every day. That's not how it goes now. certain guys do better against certain pitchers. You have the information to match up and use those things. And now the Fernando thing might have been a little bit of a long shot, and I'm still not ready to admit it's a tremendous success. It worked for 2 games against the worst team in baseball history. But I kind of thought it was inspired to try it. And because it so far has worked, it's opened up some more options for you. But the fact that they're using everybody as a secret sauce to their success so far. So I disagree with this person.
Yes.
Go ahead and change your lineup around. Let the guys do their job. You don't have to bat in the same order every day. I think this has been learned here the last month, or few years with the analytics, Skrabe.
Yep. Kayla says something else I would like to add. Last season, fans were mad that Schilt never changed the lineup. Now they're mad that that they're changing the lineup too much.
Well,
you can't have it both ways.
If they lose 3 in a row to the Mariners, then the lineup will be the stupidest thing, and Fernando playing second base will be dumb.
And this person's going to be loving life.
And this person can
because for some reason, Doomers want to hate their own team and be miserable.
I think there is part of that, yes.
I don't know why. It sounds like a terrible place to be.
Kind of like when I watch the Dolphins and I'm like, come on, Tua, throw another, throw another pick. I don't really want to pick.
Chris versus the fans next.
God.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh?
Are you a baseball player?
I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad.
There.
Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall.
Things I love to watch in baseball. But here's one of them, Skrabe. A Schwarb bomb. I don't like the Phillies or, root for the Phillies ever. But, man, when Schwarber gets one, it's fun. Now, he hit one tonight against the Cubs. Just showed the replay of it. Back on Gwynn and Chris here, by the way. 97.3 The Fan, Bill House Studios, we know how. Schwarb went down to a knee.
Yeah.
Swung from a knee.
Yes.
And hit it over the center field fence.
Saw someone else do this over the weekend.
What are you doing? How is that happening? Schwarber.
See, I think Schwarber's just that strong. I think, it was a Tigers guy. He went down to, but it was a breaking ball, and he just clicked it. He golfed it out of there.
Schwarber's unbelievable. Just homered 1-0 Phillies in their game. Earlier today, Mariners beat the Astros 6-2. 8th loss in a row for Houston. And now the Mariners head to San Diego to start a series with the Padres, who have the second best record in all of baseball. Here's how it goes right now. Dodgers 11-4, Padres 10-6, Braves 10-6.
Look at the
Everyone
Braves.
else is worse than that. That's weird. And the worst record in all of baseball is 6-10. I take it back. The Astros fell to 6-11 by losing earlier today. So the Astros currently are the worst team in baseball.
Dare we say there's parity in baseball?
Right now there is. Every team in the league, except for the Dodgers, is within 4 games of each other. That's odd, right?
That is.
I think that's pretty crazy, even though it's only 16 games.
Because you would think you've had a White Sox or a
somebody'd
Rockies.
start 2-14 or, but no, nobody has.
Wow.
All right, 833-288-0973, right? I think I know the number by now after 9 years of this. Do you remember when we used to post it in big, and I still couldn't get it right?
Yeah, we had one right there.
And now I've just forgotten it again.
It was up there. Yeah.
833-288-0973. Play some Chris versus the fans and win fabulous prizes. Skraby's going to tell us about them after we play the Open.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we actually have a qualification for something I think people are going to want. You will be qualified if you win this game.
Are you trying to tell me that we usually have stuff they don't want?
No, they're just wait till I read it, and everybody's going to really want it. I mean, there are certain people I don't think like Barry Manilow, Chris.
Who? Who could possibly not love Barry?
You will be qualified for a chance to win this month's grand prize, which is a pair of field-level seats to the Padres and Phillies on Memorial Day.
Oh, you can reach out and touch Schwarber.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Love it.
Yeah. So you will be qualified for the grand prize, which is those field seats.
That's pretty sweet,
That
man.
is.
Field seats.
Gotta say.
Loving it. You know what they used to call them back in the old days before you play a share song? Used to call them box seats. And do you know why they called them box seats? See, people hear the term box seat.
Office?
No, they called them box seats because back in, way back, but 60s, 70s, whatever. You sat, stop it. Instead of sitting 4 people across in a row, you sat 2 people and 2 people behind you in a box.
Oh.
You bought 4 tickets in a box setup.
Okay.
It's actually not that bad when you think about it. I think it's a little easier for all 4 people to talk with each other.
Maybe.
In that setup.
Yeah.
But that's why they called them box seats.
I did not know that.
How do you like that?
Well, now they're called field level.
Now they don't do the box thing anymore. They're called field level seats.
If you've never seen a baseball game up close, you need to. It's a completely different game when you're next to the field.
I gotta say, you're 100% right.
It's completely, even if you're in the stadium and like the nosebleeds, is not even the same game. Chris, I forgot to do something on Friday that I'm very mad at myself. But we had someone call in and they wanted me to shout out their son's baseball team. And I wrote it down, was totally planning on doing that, completely forgot. So I am apologizing, but I would like to shout out Barbarians Baseball and specifically Jensen of Barbarians Baseball. So good luck, guys, to your...
Excuse me.
What?
The Barbarians?
I guess that's what they're calling it. The
Whatever
Barbarians
happened
Baseball.
to the Tigers or the
I don't
Blue
know.
Jays or something?
I don't know.
The Barbarians?
I think that's kind of awesome.
Sound a little intimidating.
Yeah, that's what you want. So
Right.
shout
Good
out
luck.
Jensen.
Good
Shout
luck to
out
those kids.
Barbarians Baseball. Sorry, I forgot on Friday.
Go get them.
The rules: you have to make through 3. Let me start that over. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today. All right, let's go to our first contestant, Randy. Hello, Randy.
Hello.
Are you ready to play, sir?
I am.
All right, here we go.
Good luck, Randy.
Question number 1. A white line on a golf course represents what?
A white line?
Yes, there's painted lines on the golf course.
That's enough. Don't be giving the question away.
Out of bounds.
Very good. You got it. You came up with it, Randy. Don't you feel good about that you kind of came up with that one? It wasn't an automatic. You had to figure it out. Although it took me a second, and then I realized, oh, hell, I know that white line. I'm over it all the time.
Yeah. You definitely want to be you want to lose your ball over a red line because you get to take the distance.
Wasn't that another thing that was lucky for McIlroy yesterday, that where his shot on 18 landed was somehow not deemed out of bounds? Because that would have been a 2-shot penalty.
I mean, they have out of bounds on like 10. They probably have out of bounds all the way left, but because it's part of the golf course.
But they don't care. So you can hit a 90-yard. Well, he hit it way right.
Yeah. There was no out of bounds, but a red line is lateral hazard, so you can.
What was
go
the
up to
one
where
tournament? Was
in.
it McIlroy or Phil, or both? I think it was the U.S. Open, and McIlroy ended up in a shed somewhere. Do you remember this?
I do.
Like, he honestly was almost hitting.
They didn't paint out of bounds.
Okay. All right.
Not everything is out of bounds.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, Randy, here we go. Question number 2. Ramon Laureano has played for the Padres, the Orioles, and 3 other teams.
3 other teams?
Name 2 of the 3.
Top Ramon?
I have no idea. I could have only given you Baltimore. I'm going to pass to Chris.
Okay, that's a good play. Maybe. Randy?
Well, he started with the A's, I think, so I'm going to go with the A's. As far as the other one, 2 other teams, you say?
Yeah. On top of the one, yes, 3 teams total outside of the Padres and the Orioles.
I don't remember him with anybody else. Top Ramon, where did you go?
This may be a question number 3, but
yeah, I guess so. I remember him with the A's for a while, and Baltimore I only know because that's where he was right before he came here.
Yep, that's why I didn't give you that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll say a team. I might as well guess, right?
Yep.
I can take a Mariners. Look, he sounds like a Mariner.
Okay, he sounds
Top
like
Ramon.
He sounds like a Mariner.
Yeah.
Unfortunately incorrect. Ramon Laureano played 6 years with the A's, as you said.
Right.
Played 2 seasons with the Cleveland, either Guardians or Indians, and then he played 1 season, maybe even, I don't know if it was a full season, with the Braves. So
wow.
There
All
you
right,
go.
I wasn't paying attention.
All right, Randy.
Good for you, Randy. You're still in the hunt.
Question.
Good old Top Ramon, man.
Number 3. He's on fire.
He's doing the job.
He's on fire. Ooh, with Gavin Sheets hitting 2 home runs over the weekend. Randy, what college did Gavin Sheets go to?
I have no idea. SDSU.
SDSU, Aztecs fight.
Gavin.
Chris, do you know this?
Well, we had him on.
You know
a couple of times. Yes. He's a Wake Forest guy, isn't he? Your favorite school. Yeah, we had him on. We talked about this.
I thought we were moving on.
Sorry about that, Randy. We had him on, Gavin.
All right.
A couple times. We had him on Friday when he hit the home runs.
Yes,
we didn't talk
did.
about that then, but we've talked about it before.
That was okay. Good for you.
Gavin
Good for
Sheets
you.
is a demon deacon.
He was a
It's
demon.
a dumb name, isn't it? Sorry
It's a
to
little
all the
weird.
demon deacons out there, but
Yeah, so many demon deacons just got upset.
there might be a
They're
couple.
offended.
There might be a couple of them living in North Park. You never know.
There's like that guy driving with the demon deacon hat. He's like, God dang it.
Can't believe Chris doesn't like me.
Okay, let's go to John in Temecula. Hello, John.
Hello, boys. Happy Manic Monday.
Yes, that is what Chris says.
Oh, you and old Susanna
Just another
Hoffs.
Manic Monday.
Susanna Hoffs.
Yeah, Belinda Carlisle, I believe, right?
No, Susanna Hoffs, lead singer of the Bengals.
Oh,
Come on,
I'm
John,
sorry.
let's go.
I didn't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
There we go.
Man, I'm sorry about that, John. You got attacked by Chris.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Not the first time.
Question
Or the
number
last.
1. What NFL team was originally called the New York Titans?
NFL team.
The New York Giants. Oh, Jets.
He did it.
He changed it in time.
Yes, he did. All
Yeah,
right.
they were the Titans for 1 year, and then they became the Jets.
That would have been so weird if they had Titans and Giants in the same city, two massive.
That might be why they called themselves the Titans, to try to be bigger than the Giants,
That's
and then they
hilarious.
realized they couldn't do it.
All right, here is question number 2. What is the famous stretch of 3 holes on the back 9 of Augusta National? What is the name of that?
10, 11, and 12.
Amen Corner.
Amen Corner
is
is
on it.
correct. I know John knows his golf.
Do that one.
All right, question number 3.
John, trying to run the table here.
I know.
It's good, John.
Outside of the Padres, 4 teams have not won the World Series. Can you name 3 of the 4?
I hit a dead spot. Can you please repeat the question?
Outside of the Padres, there are 4 other teams who have never won a World Series. Can you name 3 of those 4 teams?
Mariners.
Okay.
I won.
The Rays.
Okay.
Got 2, maybe.
And the Rockies.
I think John just won.
You just won, John. Nice job.
Hey, Johnny boy.
Stay there, sir. I would have had a really hard time with this question if I was John. The other team would be the Brewers.
Brew Crew.
Yeah, but those 5 teams have never won a World Series. And
Padres among them.
yeah, it's very sad that they're a part of those losers.
How about non-winners?
No, losers.
John, stay there. We'll pick you up and get your information. Congrats. The first pick in the WNBA draft was indeed AZ Fudd going to the Dallas Wings. Gwynn and Chris continues after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855, get Ross.
So last night the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. You know, if you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave. You know,
TJ
Lacita. She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college
them
kids,
to,
huh?
That's who she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
I think it does equal that, Skraby.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too, buddy.
Right. So for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori, because the flight wasn't until 10 o'clock. You got some extra time. So I said, if I call Lori and just have her bring my passport down to the airport, I'll be able to get away with this without everybody knowing that I blew it. Because that isn't a factor here. You don't want to be embarrassed. So she's in the back checking the players' passport situation out. And I'm having this argument with myself. Oh, no, what do I do? And so my first thing is I'll call Lori, and I'll just say, hey, can you I blew it. I forgot my passport. Can you meet me down at the airport? And then I thought, we live 25 minutes from the airport. Lori is not going to be happy. Getting my passport and driving it down there.
Because the airport is really easy to access these days.
And never easy to access, exactly. So I had a quick discussion with myself, and it was either A, it's time for me to embarrass myself in front of the team, or I'm going to have to ask Lori to drive to the airport. I chose the first one. So I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot my passport. I don't have it. And Stacey Terry Hudson looked at me and like, what? Like you? I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was just like so surprised. And as I was, and everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I live, literally 10 minutes from the school. And I said, I'm going to call Lori right now. Is there any way we can just hold up for 10 minutes?
What?
That's all. It was either that or make Lori drive down, Skraby. You got to understand my options here. They're very limited.
I get it, but I think your mistake means that you have to
do the hard one.
Yeah, you have to deal with the hard part.
I agree. Well, this didn't turn out a whole lot better. Amy, it's her first year on the job, but she's a very nice gal, so I don't have any really, I don't have any cachet with her yet. And she's like, looking at her watch, looking at Coach Stacey Terry. She's like, 10 minutes, because that can be a little...
That's stressful.
Well, it's stressful. And she doesn't care. Her job is to get everybody on that damn plane.
Right. And a lot of times what we don't know, the traveling party doesn't know, is they've already called ahead and talked. They have a travel agent that's going to kind of expedite the process a little bit. And if they mess up that contact... then everybody's messed up.
So everything is thrown asunder if you got to wait 10 minutes. And but I'm on the phone with Lori, and Lori's like, well, I'm not going to the airport. There's no way. She's like, you tell them that I'll be there in 10 minutes.
You tell them.
And I will give Lori a lot of credit. She, while this discussion was going on, found the passport and was already in the car.
Whoa.
So I give her a ton of credit. She didn't wait for... okay, go get the passport and hurry up.
Because she knew she wasn't going to the airport. So
she knew she wasn't going to the airport. Exactly, Tony.
She's like, I'm in the car.
She did. She said, I'm in the car. So I told, Amy, and I got Lori on the phone. I'm telling Amy and Coach, I'm like, she's on her way. And I said, I drive this all the time. It really is 10 minutes. And they're like, all right, 10 minutes. So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. You know, if you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave. You know,
TJ
Lacita. She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college
them
kids,
to,
That's what she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, well, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
I think it does equal that, Skrabe.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too, buddy.
Right. So for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori. Draft tonight. 7th number 1 overall pick in WNBA history from UConn. And UConn is a who's who of the WNBA world. Listen to these names, Skraby. You've heard them all. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Tina Charles, Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart, Paige Beckers, and now AZ Fudd. Those are 7 of the best women's basketball players who've ever played, and they're all UConn kids. WNBA draft is ongoing tonight. NBA playoffs start tomorrow night. Clippers play Wednesday. They'll have to beat the Warriors in the elimination game to stay alive.
Okay,
is it too confusing for you?
I'm going to try to follow this. How do
the playoffs work?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's a 7 and an 8 and a 9 and a 10 seed. Okay. Right? There's 4 teams.
Okay.
The 7 and the 8 play in the first game. The winner goes into the playoffs. Also, the 9 and 10 play. The loser is out. Completely out.
Okay.
And then there'll be 2 teams left. They play each other for the second spot.
All right. That makes more sense.
That's as good as I can give you.
All right. I can handle that.
Give you what I got.
I can handle that, but it still is weird. I mean, there's so much going on in the NBA playoffs. And then they have the in-season tournament, too.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting about the in-season tournament? Anybody remember who won it this year? I don't.
Was it the Lakers?
I think they won it 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
No, they won the first one, and they had
and they did. I think the Knicks won this time because they were not going to put the banner up.
That's right.
I don't know. The in-season tournament is. The more I think about it, it's like much ado about nothing. So
thank you.
You're welcome. NBA playoffs start tomorrow. Skraby and I, about that's excited as we are.
I can get behind some NBA playoff games, but they got to be later in the playoffs because watching 6 games that go the same is not fun to me.
What do you mean 6 games that go the same? What does that mean?
I just feel like it's just always maximized for TV, Chris, and ratings.
Oh, so you mean that when the series is 3-0, the other they lose 2 games on purpose?
I do think that, yeah.
Yeah, they don't. That's not what happens.
You're probably right, but
I'm probably right. And you're not going to give me more than probably right.
You think ABC is happy?
You really think that like Kobe Bryant and Shaq back in the day used to throw a couple of games just for fun?
I don't believe
So
those
the
guys
series
did.
would stretch longer.
No, and I think this is a newer thing because of the TV revenues. You think ABC is
So
happy
dumb.
to pay for 7 games and only get 4?
I don't care what they're happy with. They know exactly what they're up against. It's a best of 7 series. There's no guarantee of anything.
There's a conspiracy here.
Luka Doncic, if you missed it, is coming back from Spain. He's apparently received multiple injections for his hamstring. He'll be back on Friday, which is good news because the Lakers don't play until Saturday against Houston. The bad news, though, we don't know if he's going to be able to play. If you tuned in here this afternoon trying to find out what the follow-up was on Nick Pivetta, who left yesterday's game with discomfort in his elbow, it's a day off, so we don't know anything,
and they won't
nor
tell
do you.
us.
And we'll find out probably a little bit more tomorrow on Pivetta. We're hoping for the best, but I hate to say bracing for the worst. Kristen Yelich, same story, left with a hamstring yesterday. For the Brew Crew, they're also kind of waiting and hoping for good news, but they're not counting on that to be the case. I did want to mention the passing of Phil Garner, who was kind of a contemporary of Davey Lopes, I would say, Skrabe. Played on the Pittsburgh Pirate team that We Are Family, 1979 world champions, the one led by Willie Stargell. Garner was on that team. He also went on to manage the Astros to their first ever World Series appearance. He was quite a good manager. But the best thing about Phil Garner, I would say, 3-time All-Star, passed away at the age of 76 yesterday. He had one of the best nicknames. Scrap Iron.
Scrap
Does that
Iron.
not sound like a tough guy?
I mean,
is that not a good nickname?
You could have given me a million guesses.
Oh, no,
and
I didn't
Scrap
expect you to
Iron
get
was
it.
Never going to be one.
No, but I'm just saying I think it's a great nickname, and he played the game hard.
Did they call him Scrappy?
No, they called him Scrap Iron.
See, that's too long.
It's not too long. It's a great nickname, Scrap Iron. Pirates chairman said in a statement, Phil Garner was a fierce competitor. Well, yeah, you don't even need to tell you that. His name was Scrap Iron. You already know he was playing hard.
That is true.
Ended up with over 100 home runs, over 200 stolen bases in his career. As I said, 3-time All-Star. So that's a pretty good career. And 15 years managed in the big leagues. Did help the Astros to the 04 World Series. Phil Garner, 76.
Frank on the chat says, Chris, Scrap Iron LO.
Yeah, I don't think I dig in and work that hard. I mean, I work, I
Okay,
give
at
it my
least you
best
admit
shot, but I don't think I'm willing to get.
You're not getting scrappy. You're not biting ankles.
I'm not going to bite an ankle. Scrap Iron probably would bite an ankle. I think back in the day.
Probably.
NFL stuff. Did you hear this story about the this is like this is happening too often now. Okay. Miami Hurricanes, defensive end.
Yep.
Reuben Bain Jr.
Yep.
He's a draft prospect this year. And I think he's one of the bookend defensive ends that Miami had last year that were just like impossible to block.
They were great.
He got in an auto accident in 2024. I believe we're in 2026 right now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so.
In this accident, his passenger later died because of injuries sustained in the accidents. This was not
serious.
Just a fender bender. Yeah. He was cited for careless driving. It was at 4 a.m. on March 17th, 2024. The Land Rover SUV that he was driving had 3 other Hurricane players and then a 22-year-old woman, Destiny Betts. Destiny was the one that passed in this accident. The interesting, I don't want to say interesting, I don't know what, but none of this ever was released. It came out at all. Nobody has heard about this.
Do we know
until now?
Do we know
that
if
he's on the big board to be in the draft?
Do we know if he was speeding? Do we know if he was drinking? Do we know any of this?
Bain was cited at the time of the incident. Charges were dropped prior to the death of the young lady. No field sobriety tests were given.
Interesting.
But he did receive a citation for reckless driving, careless driving.
See, that to me bothers me.
What bothers you? The fact that we haven't heard about it, or the fact that he was cited for careless driving and a person died as in that crash?
I don't really care that I didn't know about it.
Okay.
The part of it that is the worst is that there was a serious injury, obviously, in this accident.
You think?
And even if she didn't pass away like during
This
the
lady,
accident.
well, she was in a coma for 3 months.
Isn't a sobriety test like it's a
Wouldn't that be something
guarantee
you had
when you
to
get
look
into
at?
an accident? Like it's a guarantee that you are going to be looked at for drugs and alcohol if something that bad happened. Now maybe different state, different rules.
Yeah, it feels like we're, trying to, be executioner here, you and I. But I got to believe that in a lot of our minds, there'd be like some 22-year-old girl died in this crash, and he got out of there with careless driving, and absolutely nothing else ever happened. It was never mentioned again. Now he's going to go make $80 million in the NFL, and is that going to matter? I will say this. According to the Read Optional, I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of website, I guess.
It's a football play, the Read Option.
No. According to the Read Optional, that is some sort of website or newspaper, some sort of media outlet. According to them, the family of the 22-year-old lady who died said the whole crash was, quote, a tragic accident, and said they wish Mr. Bain the best as he continues his life and career.
Well, I got to take that into account.
So you got to take some of that into account.
I do.
Not?
I do.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
I'm trying to give you every angle of this so
Yeah.
you can decide what, how we should think, or if we should even think at all.
But when I hear someone was reckless driving or careless driving and they killed someone, my mind immediately goes to that they were doing something stupid. And
it's hard to believe.
Risking someone's life.
It's hard to believe. You're right. It's hard to believe that even if alcohol was not involved, which apparently nobody felt it was because no tests were given. But if you're driving in a crowded Land Rover with 5 other people at 4 a.m.,
it's also nothing ever good happens
not usually,
at 4 a.m.
right? Unless you're going to an early plane ride somewhere, and I doubt that was the case.
Or you're coming to work or something.
So yeah, you're right. If you're getting careless driving at 4 a.m. with a bunch of people in the car and one of them dies, hard to believe that you weren't doing something that was taking away your attention at the moment of the accident.
And the other thing that bothers me is that they will never know now whether or not this guy was under the influence. And again, we have very limited
information. We're being
information.
executioner, and I don't think that's fair either. I mean, somebody must have come onto the scene.
Yeah.
His car, here's a little bit more, and then we got to get to a break. His car rear-ended another car and then veered into a concrete barrier, then ricocheted into another barrier, and then came to rest on the shoulder of the highway. Couldn't have been going under the speed limit for all of those ricochets to happen.
Yeah, this all sounds bad. Sounds bad news.
But then why is it also coming out 2 years later? No one ever even heard about it.
That is something I don't know.
Okay.
I can't answer that. And whoever kept this under wraps did a really good job of doing that. But
I'm going to try to stick with the family's comments.
Me too.
They said they wish him the best. Evidently, they were satisfied with whatever reports they received. Or would they have ever said something like this? Of course not. They would have said, let's go after him to the full extent of the law type of thing.
I mean, some people do forgive people to help with their own healing, but I don't know. That's what it is here.
All right. Anyway, that will at least follow Ruben Bain Jr. around after he's drafted in the top 10 or wherever he goes. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
Ben and
For those of you who keep track of such things, Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, Orioles both going. To the injured list, Gabriel Moreno, catcher Diamondbacks, heading that way. Nick Pivetta, Padres, we don't know anything yet. Anything more than what we were told yesterday.
Correct.
Which is, we hope. I think Craig Stammen said there is a path, a way that he could potentially make his next start on Saturday.
And MLB just ranked it to number 3 most impactful injury of the weekend.
I think it's
definitely number 3.
I'm looking forward to seeing what's higher than number 3 because I think it's more impactful than that, although Yelich number 2. Anyway, Pivetta will know more tomorrow. It's an off day. I think it's more likely that he's going to miss one, hopefully no more than 2 or 3 starts.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Again, you had Joe Musgrove in spring training go on the, hey, we expected this couple of days list, which is now to 40 days and counting.
Yeah.
Got to hope that Nick Pivetta, somehow it's not that, but tightness in your elbow that doesn't seem like it, you can describe it necessarily.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't like this. Padres and Mariners tomorrow. Traffic now, and then today's Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This update is brought to you by Creative Repipe. There's a stall south on the 805 at El Cajon Boulevard. And then further south at Market Street, there's another accident. And then a metal chain slows you down north on the 15 at Arrow Drive. Don't wait until that water leak in your home becomes a flood. Call Creative Repipe for whole house repipes. Get a 20% discount plus a lifetime warranty. Free estimates with financing available. Visit CreativeRepipe.com. That's CreativeRepipe.com. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how, and let's just get right into it.
Number 5.
Because as we all were, Fernando Tatis Jr. starting on second surprised us. We were all very, very surprised about that on Saturday night and then again on Sunday. But you know what I thought about when I heard about Fernando at second? I thought, what happened to Ty France? I thought he could play second base. From Kevin Acey's newsletter over the weekend, quote, basically, Padres assess Ty France is not a good option defensively. Sung-Mung Song is not ready to come up from AAA, and Tatis can pretty much do anything on the baseball field, end quote. So, Chris, why is Ty the odd man out?
He's not. He's going to play first base. They make their own determination. I'm not there every day. Ty France played second. He's played third in college. I mean, he's played all over the place. And I think it's up to each team to determine where they feel most comfortable putting their guys. Evidently, they don't like Ty France at second base, the Padres, but I don't think they have any problem with him at first base. And, you know, now that you've got this maneuverability, you know, I think Ty France is going to get more playing time. Although I do find it, and you know, here's a question that's worth asking. Like, who are I guess if Pivetta goes on the injured list, you'd replace him.
Yeah.
But, like, who's the next reliever to be sent down when somebody else gets healthy?
I've talked about this. There's option things that you have to worry about.
You can't send Marinacho down.
He's got option
or he's
problems.
Done. You know,
it's probably Bradley Rodriguez.
Yeah, Morgan's doing well. So that's a tough one, and I think the same goes for the players. I mean, what are you going to do when Sung-Mun Song is ready?
I have no idea.
Or are you going to ever make him ready? Maybe you just leave him in minor leagues. You spent a lot of money on the guy.
Yeah.
Right? He's making a lot more money than Ty France is making. I must say that.
Yeah.
I mean, is Sung-Mun Song a major league ball player or not? I mean, you're paying him like he's not just a major league player, a really good one. He's getting a ton of money. What, 11 million was it? Could be off by $1 million or $2 million, but when you get to this kind of money, it doesn't really matter. I know he's making a lot to sit in the minor leagues. They're saying he's on the injured list. I don't buy that.
Yeah, I don't buy it either.
No.
I mean, he's playing games while being injured.
Yeah, he was playing games before they put him on the injured list.
I don't know.
Who do they think they're kidding out there? I mean, I'm sorry, Padres, but I'm on to you. You know what I mean?
You're on to them.
I mean, you got a guy playing in a game, and then the next day he's on the injured list, and I just can't play. Well, it's funny because he played yesterday.
I wish instead of how much money they invested on someone and how much time they're going to give that person, they would just put the guy who's the best player out there.
I don't disagree with that, but that's
not how it goes.
If Sun Mun Song ends up playing in the minor leagues for an entire year and never gets called up, I think somebody somewhere is going to go, well, what the hell did we do that for? Aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. But
do you want
a bad Sun Mun Song and a good Ty France, or a bad Sun Mun Song and Ty France in AAA?
I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know what Sun Mun Song is. I have no idea at the moment.
It's true. Why is he the odd man out?
I believe he plays shortstop. I believe he plays second. He plays third. He plays first. I mean, that's a valuable guy if he's really good.
Yeah. We need to see it first.
But if they're going to bring him up, what are you going to do? Bryce Johnson going to go down? Ty France going to be shuffled to the minor leagues, hitting 1,000, or basically what he's doing?
I know.
I mean, come on.
They have a great problem. It's a great problem to have, obviously. But I do feel like Ty France is getting the short end of things here, and I'm not a fan of it. So.
I think what's going to happen, I'll tell you what's going to happen right now.
What?
Somebody, they don't know it, somebody like a Cronenworth, somebody, not him, not saying him, but somebody like that, Bryce Johnson, somebody like that, is going to feel a twinge in their back.
Oh, I see.
And they're going to go on the injured list, and Sun Mun Song will come up and get a shot. They have to give the guy a shot. They're paying him way too much money to not at least see what they have.
I feel like every team in baseball does his back is acting up. He needs just to get a little bit of rest and another guy on the roster.
All right.
But I feel bad for Ty France. Keep going, Ty. Keep doing things.
He's doing his thing.
Number 4.
All right, we talked about the Masters earlier. Rory McIlroy won it back-to-back, and Chris has been incredibly tough on Rory for his complaints, lack of media savviness, according to Chris, over the years.
I'm not the only one.
After the tournament, he told reporters, or Scotty Scheffler on the other side is now entering maybe that arena. After the tournament, Scheffler told reporters he blames the course setup as to why he fell so far behind in the first 2 days. He thought some golfers had a better setup with the weather and all that than he did, which we talked about earlier with Charlie Hoffman. Also, Scotty Scheffler talked to the media after Saturday's 65, and here is what has everybody talking.
That was a 65 today. What did it feel like it could have or should have been? That's just a terrible question. Next question. Awful.
What enabled you to go low today?
And he just keeps laughing like a crazy person.
Okay.
I didn't think the question was that bad. And later on, he said the question wasn't that bad. Maybe that was because
he said it, Scheffler?
Yeah, but maybe he
said he was apologizing. I think it was a stupid question.
No, here's the spirit of the question.
I know what it is.
You were playing so well.
Tell everybody else what the spirit of
Back
the question
9, you still had 2 par 5s to go. You could have shot 63 if you birdied
do a little
holes.
something with those par 5s.
And
so I think that was the spirit of the question.
You left some shots out there.
All right, then you know what the question should have been. You parred both par 5s. The way you were playing, was that disappointing to you at all? But to me, to ask somebody straight up, could you have had a lower score when the guy shot a 65? It is a stupid question, because if you shot an 85, you could have had a lower score. If you shot a 55, you could have had a lower score. Every golf round could have a lower score. So I think that's what Scheffler was referring to. He doesn't have to refer to that, though. He could just answer the question and maybe pull the guy aside later. That would be a better way to handle it. But the way he handled the other part that you're not even asking me about, by whining and complaining about,
we've already talked about that,
the tee-off times and all that did him a real disservice. I was really down on Scheffler for that. I'm going to call him Gino Auriemma for the moment. Start just giving people who beat you credit. It looks a whole lot better than whining about some reason why you didn't win.
Yeah.
So.
I just brought up this part because you're always talking about Rory being bad in interviews.
Yeah, Rory's not that bad when he shows up.
The laugh at the
Look
end.
Look at you move on. Look at you move on from that. Rory just doesn't show up. He goes to his car.
The Scotty Scheffler laugh at the end, though.
That was weird.
He goes, like he's like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, you know.
It was a little strange.
Those guys are funny, Beavis and Butthead. Don't be knocking those guys.
But Scotty Scheffler, come on, bro.
Funny guys.
Come on. Don't
I'm giving Scheffler
reporters.
low marks on this one.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
You got it.
The Milwaukee Bucks announced today, that Doc Rivers is out as head coach. The Bucks are still going to pay him his 8-figure salary for the 2026-27 season, and they're discussing how he could be an advisory role with the team. Sources tell ESPN. They're going to now begin its third coaching search in 3 years, and owners, they did this whole thing. I had to put this in there because I love it when owners are like, we love what you did for us and your class and professionalism, but we wish you well on your next endeavor. This move signals a summer of change after he went 97-103 in 3 seasons, missing the playoffs this year and suffering 2 first-round exits. Chris, do we see Doc Rivers pop up again as a head coach?
Quickly.
Yeah, you think?
Absolutely. Look, the good Doc, first name Glenn, by the way.
Yes, I did know that.
You got Orlando, you got Boston, you got the Clips, you got Philly, you got Milwaukee. There's definitely room for a couple more in there. He's got the NBA championship. He's got a coach of the year. I think he's in the top 15 coaches in NBA history, whoever put that list together. He's probably a little overrated because he's not really had that kind of success, but he's good enough to get another shot in the NBA. They recycle these guys every 5 minutes. You know that.
That's the thing I was going to say.
Doc will be back if he wants to be. I don't know. How old is old Doc? He's 64 now.
Oh, he's young enough.
He's starting to get the, what do you call those? Not monocles, but the little thing on the edge of your nose. Doctor with the 2, the glasses that set on your nose.
Oh, the reading glasses.
Yeah, but the old style.
Yes,
that's kind of what I think Doc's going to be walking around with soon. I really think Doc's a smart guy, and I think he's a pretty good coach. It hasn't worked in Milwaukee, but I don't know if that means he doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah. Most of it is because Antetokounmpo has been hurt. If Antetokounmpo is not hurt, I could coach the Bucks and win 50 games.
Yeah, you take away their best player. I mean,
so this isn't shocking to me.
The only thing I have to say about Doc Rivers, you're right. They recycle coaches in the NBA like crazy, but the only person I guess who can't get another coaching job is Mark Jackson, because that guy got fired by the Warriors and no one wants to give him a chance.
And he was good too. He's one of the reasons they became champions.
And no one wanted to give him a chance.
Yeah, fair.
Number 2.
Jeff Van Gundy's always looking for another
Stan
chance.
Van Gundy is probably going to be brought back.
Yeah.
What about the Fish Ties and Don Nelson?
I think Don's retired.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind seeing the Fish Ties again.
All right. New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel is going to dodge a press conference today, or did dodge a press conference about his team's NFL draft preparations after denying having an affair with reporter Diana Rossini. Now, Rossini, who works for the New York Times-owned Athletic, is being reinvestigated by her employers after pictures emerged of them holding hands in Arizona. Rossini and Vrabel are both married. They denied anything inappropriate, and Rossini was backed at the time by the Athletics executive editor Steven Ginsburg, so we didn't hear about that.
Yeah, but then he put her on leave.
Yes,
because he doesn't know anything, and people at the Athletic were upset that he immediately defended her without knowing anything.
Yes, I'm up first. Are you okay with Mike Vrabel not appearing to face reporters today? No, I am not okay with this. You do the crime, you do the crime, you pay the time, or
but
whatever.
He didn't do anything, so he should have faced the reporters today.
Okay, well, if he didn't do anything, then why did they say, what about those pictures? And he said they were taken out of context. And they're laughable.
Laughable.
So you can say, you not showing up tells me you are guilty of something, sir.
Doesn't tell me that, because he knows darn well that no matter what the real story was, that's the only kind of question he's going to face if he shows up somewhere today. So I get why he didn't want to show up today, but it does prove what we said at the time. No matter what happened between him and Rossini or didn't happen, It's not a good look, and there's no way around that.
No way around it.
And that's not going to change.
You're going to have to face it at some point. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, maybe he's hoping that by the end of the first game in September we'll have forgotten. But
no, he's
going
to have to talk about stuff leading up to the season.
Yeah, we won't forget. We won't forget.
Yeah, I feel bad for Diana Rossini's husband because I've been seeing all these articles of people just like researching about him and saying, who is he? Why did she call him average? I'm just like, that's hurtful.
I do feel bad for people on the outside like that didn't do anything to deserve being embroiled in this.
Yes.
But I certainly don't feel bad with Rossini at all.
Yeah, me neither. All right. We don't have a number one.
What?
Today we don't have a number one. We ran out of time.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Well, what do we got? Happy hour?
We got the happy hour next.
Happy hour time here on Gwynn and Chris. Chrisello, Mr. Skraby, together, Bill House Studios, where we know how. Happy hour brought to you by GL Pools. They are the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep the pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio. Get yourself a free month of pool service. I think that's a good idea. We are hanging out for the full hour today. There's no Padre baseball. Skraby will take it another hour after that with a Skraby Chronicles. By the time you end your show, Skraby, everybody who ever went to UCLA will be drafted in the WNBA draft.
Did they win the championship?
They did.
I was going to say they better have.
It's understandable. If you've seen what's happened in the WNBA draft tonight, UCLA players went number 4 overall, Lauren Betts, number 5, Gabriela Jaquez, number 6, Kiki Rice, and now number 9, Angela Dugalich. That's 4 of the first 9. The overall first pick was AZ Fudd of UConn. She's the 7th Husky ever to be taken number 1. By the way, no other schools had more than 2. So you understand the dominance, of course, of UConn in the history of the draft. Olivia Miles at TCU went number 2. And Flau'jae Johnson of LSU tortured the Aztecs and me and everybody else last year in the tournament, went number 8. She's a very popular, Flau'jae Johnson is a singer, rap star.
Hey, is that right?
Yeah, like recording star.
I had no idea.
And going to be, I believe, playing in the WNBA. I don't know why she wouldn't. She's quite a good player as well.
You could definitely do both.
I think she's going to. She's got to be the first ever, right? To do both at the same time.
To have like an actual music career.
Like have a solid career, not just like record one song or something. She's pretty popular.
This isn't Shaq's rap career that he had for like a day.
Look, if Shaq wanted a rap career, who's going to get in his way?
Well, he did have a rap career, and it wasn't a great rap career.
Well, I think Flau'jae's doing okay in that regard. But anyway, that's for her career, but something to keep an eye on. Anyway, Padres are idle coming off the sweep of the Rockies. I mentioned it earlier, but I think it bears repeating. The Padres hit the ball so well this weekend that they went from number 29 in slugging to number 7 in 4 days.
That's how good they were.
And that's also how early in the season it is that you could move up that quickly. But the Padres had hit 7 home runs in the first, 12 games? They hit 9 in the last 4 games. And, look, Laureano led the way. I thought, he's kind of the guy that's starting to set the table now. And, I said it, so I'll give one more. I said I was only going to say this once, but it's 3 hours later now. I'm going to temper a little of this because they beat the Rockies. The Rockies aren't great. But on the same side, does look like a better Rocky team that at least, made them earn it.
Yeah.
And they earned it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like last year where the Rockies just rolled over completely.
No, they didn't just go away.
So, good series win for the Padres there to get the 4 straight. They've won 9 of 11. And after a 1-4 start, they're now 10-6, which may not even sound that great until I let you know that is the second best record in all of baseball.
Parity.
Yes, the best record, of course, is the Dodgers, 11-4. But the Padres and Braves are tied for the second best record at 10-6. The Mariners, who are 8-9 after a 6-2 win today over the Astros, are next into town. They'll take on the Padres tomorrow night. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Mariners have only won 1 game on the road so far, although it's a little early to start doing all of that. Michael King will get the call tomorrow night for Los Padres de San Diego.
I'm excited about that. He's been pretty good.
A guy who's been better than him even, Brian Wu for the Mariners. He doesn't have a win yet, but he has a 1.50 ERA. He was an all-star last year, 1.80 ERA. Brian Wu's one of the better guys in baseball.
What was it that he was doing last year? And the Padres broke it. It was like he had
gone quality start, 6 innings, less than 3 runs. Nothing wrong.
The Padres broke it.
Yes, I think he went 5 2/3. He missed it by 1 out. So maybe they can do him in again tomorrow. We'll see. 6:40 will be the start. Skraby and I and Tony will be on before the game tomorrow. Matt Snyder's among the scheduled guests for the game tomorrow. Dodgers are playing tonight against the Metropolitans. And again, I'm going to mention this a few times. If you're listening to the whole show, hopefully I don't sound repetitive, but I know a lot of people are tuning in today because they want to find out what happened to Nick Pivetta. We saw him go off. He's holding the elbow, everything. Oh my God. And we don't have anything we can tell you today. It's an off day. There's really no one out there talking about it to talk to. We're keeping our, fingers crossed and holding our breath just like you are. I don't like, I do. I do like to guess. It's fun to guess. It's probably not all that, solid an idea to guess because people will hear what I guess and they'll take that to heart. So understand that this is a guess. This is not factual information.
The disclaimers out there.
Disclaimers out there. But based on how he went off and what I'm saying and hearing and just guessing, because I've been around the game a little bit, as of you, Skrabe, and everybody, I'm saying minimum 2-3 starts, maximum. I don't even want to go there. And let's just hope I'm wrong and it's like he's back in on Saturday. But that really seems unlikely based on
it does.
What we're hearing and what he looked like.
The phrase elbow tightness is never a good phrase in regards to pitching.
I would rather have left eyeball tightness or any tightness, but not elbow tightness.
Have you had left eyeball tightness before?
I
it's
have.
Painful,
it's
man.
Really, but I think I can still pitch through it.
Oh yeah, you just close one eye.
Right, left, but left, right elbow tightness, no chance.
He just seems like Nick Pivetta just seems like a guy who would not have come out of that game at all.
I know this
if he could power through.
This may sound a little strange, and maybe it's because of the way we are in this day and age. But I don't even know that I would have told anybody.
If you're Nick Pivetta,
not him, but me. I'm just saying, if I had a little tightness and I had retired the first 9 guys. Like, I would at least try to get the next 6 so I could get the win.
Well, his velocity,
then maybe I'd say my tightness is a little, but you're right. Nowadays, they can monitor the velocity. So hey, your velocity's down. What's going on?
He was 95 on this fastball the first 3 innings, and then that 4th inning, he was 92.
Yeah, so that's how they kind of find out.
And him biting his glove, too, was not a great look.
No, that didn't engender a lot of confidence for me that he was going to be ready to roll on Saturday night in Anaheim.
I agree.
Yeah, almost as if he knew. Anyway, look, we can hope for the speedy return of Joe Musgrove, but it's now been 40 days and counting for Joe. Griffin Canning is doing some pitching, made a couple of rehab starts. I think Matt Waldron's getting close. So, reinforcements are there, but no matter who they are, they're not going to be Nick Pivetta, who was, if at the very worst was the 6th best pitcher in baseball last year.
Yeah.
Because he finished that in the Cy Young. Remember, he famously said, I want to beat the other 5 next year.
Yeah, this is.
So I'm really sorry for Pivetta,
You know who I think is going to come up? Because we talked about Matt Waldron earlier. I think it's going to be J.P. Sears.
You think they'll bring him up?
If they need another
just maybe
start.
for one start.
Yeah, I think
but if it's more than one, it's not going to be J.P. Sears. I don't think they're going to give him a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, pay attention out there. We're giving you all of you and a guest a chance to go away with Weezer on their Weezer The Gathering Tour, Beverly Hills. Get hooked up with flights, a 2-night hotel stay, a pair of tickets to see Weezer, plus a meet and greet with the band and a signed set list thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music. All you have to do to enter is listen to us on the Odyssey app. So download the free app, create an account, favorite our station, 97.3 The Fan, and then listen for an hour each day and get a daily entry, at least an hour each day, and get a daily entry. It's a national contest. So get to work on winning it, people. A meet and greet with the band.
Would you like to meet Weezer?
I'm from Beverly Hills. I think I'd appreciate their efforts.
That is actually I didn't even really put it together. Although we have been singing the Beverly Hills song on the show. So
where are you from again? What's your official hometown?
Benicia, California.
Yeah, there's no song.
Benicia.
That's
song. Where I want to be.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
I got nothing.
Nothing like it. NBA playoffs start tomorrow. Regular season ended. I believe Wemby did play last couple games, so he could qualify for award season. So did Jokic. Doncic, though, not so much. He can't win any awards because of the NBA's rules on that.
Did you see what Charles Barkley said about this?
I didn't.
He said...
Did you disagree with Charles?
No, I want to bring it up because I agree with him.
Oh, you did agree.
About
All right,
the
what is it?
65-game thing and players complaining that they need to lower the limit of game or raise the limit of games.
Right.
Charles Barkley said, shut the hell up. He said, shut the hell up.
What, just play?
Just play.
Yeah.
You know, because there is a game, maybe game 6, where you load manage that you could have used to get an award. This has been the rule forever. We cannot just change it because these guys don't want to play.
And you know I agree with Charles 100% of the time. Honestly, I do. I would vote Charles for governor or whatever he runs for if he ever actually did it. I totally like Charles. But I have to defend the players on this a little. Many of the players who load manage, many are basically told they have to by the organizations they play for. They're not allowed to play.
Well, then they need to tell the organization, I want to win an award. You're going to let me play.
The organization are not going to care. The organization doesn't care about your award. They care about their organization. They're keeping a lot of these guys from playing.
Okay.
The organizations are the ones that are tanking.
Yeah.
The players aren't tanking. Do you think there's a single player that goes out on the floor and says, I'm an NBA athlete, but I want to be embarrassed and lose?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Even the worst teams in the league, they still want to go out there and perform. You're in the NBA. It's your profession. You're making a living. They're putting it on tape somewhere. It's the organizations who want to lose. It's the organizations who want these guys to load manage.
So then we need to start at the top.
Get a new commissioner.
Adam Silver has fallen so far in my eyes.
Since he's not going to go be governor, make Charles commissioner.
Oh, Charles, that would be great.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
When they propose the rule change, well, let's just get rid of a minimum game. And Charles would be like, shut the hell up and just tell him to leave the room. That would be great.
The fact that you played only 65 games, that's terrible.
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 We haven't had a good terrible in a while.
I love Charles. He's one of my faves. There's no question. Every time he speaks, I turn the thing up. And then I turn it up for Shaq because Shaq's hard to understand. I don't mean it in a negative way. I just stating what I believe is to be a fact.
Shaq can mumble.
He kind of mumbles.
He does.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up some of his stuff.
Weird. David says the point of the rules to avoid load management and tanking. I don't think Luka is going to be short due to tanking load management, but there's no classification.
No classification, so he is short. He finished with 63 games. He didn't make it.
Yeah, so if there's no classification, that's when they need to do this. They need to start saying it's load management, and then they can mark it off. And you can go forward. If you have certain injuries that are actual injuries, then maybe you can make them available for awards.
What would clearly be best would be to go back to how sports was, and we're not putting the toothpaste back in, but where when the team played, the players on the team played. There wasn't even a question.
Yeah.
But, there's too much invested in these guys now, money-wise.
I understand that, and I know that they want to protect it, but stop complaining.
Just like starting pitchers, 70, 80 pitches, get out of the game. I don't think the pitchers all grew up wanting to be out after 80 pitches.
No.
I think most competitive pitchers would like to finish the game. They're not given the chance to. We say, well, Paul Skeens is a 5-6 inning guy, and then he's out. I don't think Paul Skeens would like to take himself out every time.
No.
But
you see the look on their faces? They don't want to come out of the game.
They take them out. So, and now we're all used to it. 6 innings, you're done. Go sit down. Put your jacket on.
I mean, who went 99 pitch? George Kirby today going into the 8th inning was like, whoa.
And I was surprised when I saw it. I'm like, what's he still doing in the game?
Yeah.
In the 8th inning?
Do they have no other pitchers?
Do they not know what's best for them?
George Kirby does not like to go deep into games. He said it last year.
By the way, I want to throw a congratulations, whoever the official scorer was at the ball game yesterday. Padre game.
Okay.
Could be Billy Z, could be John Maffey, could be any of the other fine scorekeepers they have at Padre baseball. Do you know the rule for how you are named the winning pitcher, Skraby?
Do I know the rule?
Yeah.
Well, I thought
What
it
does it
was you have to
take?
have 6 innings.
5
innings.
Okay, so stop there. In order for the starting pitcher to be the winning pitcher, he has to pitch at least 5 innings. And then his team has to stay in the lead the rest of the game. But if the pitcher goes less than 5 innings, it is up to the official scorer to then determine who they thought the most effective pitcher was the rest of the game and award them the win. That is the way it is written, but very few official scorers look at it that way. Most official scores, after the starter leaves, and I'll use yesterday as an example, Pivetta left after 3 innings. He pitched in the 4th but didn't get anybody out. Kyle Hart pitched the 4th and the 5th. He was the pitcher of record, Kyle Hart was, at the end of the 5th inning when the Padres took the lead and they never gave the lead back. Kyle Hart even started the 6th inning and got an out. Kyle Hart would have been the winning pitcher based on just kind of letting, it go that way. But the rule says you get the most effective pitcher. David Morgan was more effective than Kyle Hart. Came in, saw 5 hitters, got him, or 5 batters. I think he walked 1, got through the 6th and the 7th, spotless. Kyle Hart gave up the only 2 runs the Padres gave up yesterday. Official scorer gave the win to David Morgan. I thought that was, sorry, being at the expense of Kyle Hart, but I thought that was the right call. I liked it, and I don't see a lot of official scorers do that.
I was actually confused because I always thought that whatever pitcher's in the game when your team takes the lead is who wins.
Well, if you look yesterday, David Morgan came in.
That's why I was confused.
Yes, they were already in the lead, but the official score ruled that David Morgan was the more effective pitcher. And there's a case that he was because he didn't give up any runs. Kyle Hart gave up 2.
Let me see if I can find out
who the actual guy was yesterday. Guy or gal. I think they have a couple of ladies who do the official scoring.
I think it was John Maffey the night I went.
Yeah, I just appreciate good scoring, man. Those guys work up there. They take nothing but crap. Every time they rule an error, somebody calls up from the downstairs. Change it.
Is that really?
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. Guys don't want to ever be called for an error.
That's crazy.
Blame the official score. And I say, how about making the play? Then you don't have to worry about it. Anyway. All right. I stretched it so we could get to the break at the right break.
Oh, official score, Jay.
Yesterday?
Yeah, Jay. I can't read his last name. Gamo?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was the
I don't know,
score
Jay,
yesterday.
but good on you, Jay. If you're out there, I thought that was solid call on David Morgan. More Gwynn and Chris coming up after traffic.
From the 8.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know it was
I've
Scoville.
allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this. Like
the rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls.
I will take
And
one.
The winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass
Hold on
this.
a second.
I hate to
Winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now,
this is the one that he has right now.
The 38?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing
All right,
this? Here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He does
of
have a full spoonful
He
for
does.
those listening. On that.
I'm literally sweating watching him do
a
this
full
right
spoon?
now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
That is a full
Down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not. He did not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow. You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby. Skraby,
both did.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am. Are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Oh,
he's on
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there. The competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right,
Big
he
boss
is
Michael
handling
Bowles
it.
in the YouTube chat, by the way.
What you waiting on? You let half of it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
But this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold
that
on.
Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You said
his
I wouldn't
check.
be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend.
Skraby?
I gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that tie,
The tie thing,
was
yeah, 'cause
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The tie
Skraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a little red.
By the way,
Faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my God!
he's
He's
going
going another
there.
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow, you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh,
38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
all right. Oh, wow, look at this guy. He's talking trash now.
Well, he
I
should
haven't had a
be.
sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right, now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you
are
got
you
a
doing
whole
this
other
to
spoon?
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You don't want Adam to say he
By
has
the way,
wheat sauce,
yeah,
Skraby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Woo, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam isn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's
Klug.
ridiculous because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Amy's
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah,
assistance.
Here's what
Frank-
the milk do. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
Yeah,
said
you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
problem.
He did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Skraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa
as you want at all
and
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's Roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
Suspect.
world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement
and
unit.
the
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know. The
I've
Scoville.
allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I'd
us
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like
The rule
Want to see if you
is
can do it, I guess.
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
Yeah, that's,
One
yeah,
of
that's
you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
fools.
I will take
And
one
the winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes,
of
here it
a
is.
couple of my jars.
I think they
Products.
both are winners if they
Hold
pass
on one
this.
second.
I
The
hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now I am.
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Now
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing
All
this?
right, here we go.
All right, let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
He
for
does.
those
This-
listening.
this
on
This
that.
is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
all
For
right.
sure.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby.
They
Scraby,
both
did
did.
you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see it.
Tasty.
I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what the
there.
competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
two.
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right,
I didn't know where
and get used to it because it's draft month. You know, it's WNBA draft tonight. We're watching up here on the monitor. We got the NFL draft coming up, I believe, in 10 days.
everything is happening so quickly right
Yeah. Are we, by the way, have you been told or
now.
heard?
I think we have a game during it, so
No draft coverage
that's
this year.
That's all right.
Maybe we can just have Dave Marcus duck in during the game.
Just be a draft guy.
Well, yeah, Jesse, will go, coming
I
up
see.
is, I don't know, we got Randy Arozarena is coming to bat, and Dave Marcus goes, hang on, Jesse. The Chiefs have just picked tight end so-and-so.
Yes. I think Dave should do that, actually. That would be
Make it more
quite the
interesting.
broadcast. Quite the broadcast.
Make it very interesting. All right, so we don't have a draft show this year. Disappointed.
Are you?
Well, as much fun as I have with you guys making fun of the draft, yeah, I'm disappointed. I like doing it.
The first round is definitely exciting. I will say, I look forward to the first round. I don't like the other rounds. I like to watch just to see if I notice any of the guys or who my team picks. But the first round of the draft is where it's at.
Fifth UCLA player just got drafted in the WNBA draft, and there are only like 12 picks in, I think. All Bruins.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, good for them. They won the
can't-
national title, so I guess I understand
with
it.
that many first round picks.
Got everybody pretty much. If you like Mediterranean food, Spiro's, authentic Mediterranean cuisine. Coronado La Jolla, dining takeout options. Visit Spiro's Cuisine.com. I want to get some NFL stuff in. I mean, you got the draft coming up.
There's not much out there right
But
now.
it's a quiet day in the NFL. Like totally quiet. The last trade was Dontavian Wicks going from the Packers to the Eagles. Is that going to
huge
change
trade.
the balance of power?
Huge trade right there.
Who has the number one pick this year, Skrabe? Do you know?
Yeah, the Raiders.
Have they already taken Mendoza, pretty much?
Basically.
Jets, Jets, number 2. Who do you like there? I don't know who I like. I don't really know anything.
I think the Jets are probably going to take someone that's not going to work out.
That's what I was just going to say. The same thing. It doesn't seem to matter who the Jets take, no matter who that person is. It just won't work.
Hold on. I do like mock drafts, so let me look into this.
All
They're
right, give me a
saying
draft.
Arvell Reese, linebacker from Ohio State for the Jets.
Bust.
The Cardinals have the number 3 pick. They're going to pick a tackle. Let's see. Giants are going to pick Jeremiah Love, the Notre Dame running back.
Giants, really, to go along with the smart, well-spoken Cam Scatterbo?
Yeah, I don't know how well. Yeah, you're right, though. There will be those two guys.
Cam Scatterbo, man, he lost a lot of credibility this year.
Oh my goodness, Chris.
What?
The mock draft has the Kansas City Chiefs choosing someone that
would bother me.
Is so fitting.
All right, who is it?
Reuben Bain Jr.
Oh, the one we just talked about.
The one we just talked about that got in trouble, that actually got into a car crash that ended in a death of a woman.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And the word about it's just coming out now.
But
yeah, Chiefs is about where
Chiefs
he'd go.
love these guys.
He'll have plenty of support.
All you
around
Chiefs
him
fans
there.
out there, just know your team does not care about good people.
Well, wait.
I was just taking a shot at the Chiefs for no reason.
But you're also taking a shot at Reuben Bain. He might be a wonderful kid who got in a car accident. And
all right, you're right.
Something terrible happened.
You're
he was
absolutely
only
right.
cited for reckless driving.
No,
and
you're
that's
right.
it.
I should take the back.
You should.
I was wrong.
You really should.
Let's see. Dolphins have Carnell Tate, Ohio State
What
wide
does he do?
receiver.
Because they traded Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I don't
Ty
think they're
Simpson
gonna-
to the Jets.
I don't think the Dolphins are going to draft a wide receiver.
You don't think so?
No, I think the Dolphins' new brass is smart.
Really?
Yes, and I think they're going to go interior line or linebacker on the inside. They need to be tougher. They don't need a bunch of guys running around fast on the outside. The Dolphins need to be built from the middle out.
They also have pick number 30, the Dolphins.
Now take another.
And they're
tough guy in the middle somewhere.
They're taking an edge, it says.
No.
Edge rusher.
They don't know. I know. Listen to me, Skrabe.
Listen
If
to
you know what? If the Dolphins had listened to me, they wouldn't be in the predicament they're in now. I'll tell you that.
You should just
Smarter
go
than them.
next time they're looking for a GM, you should apply.
I don't know that I need to do all that, but I
Okay.
just think I'm speaking in a general sense. I'm saying get somebody who's tough. You figure out who that is.
You're just giving them the look of the player.
Exactly.
Okay.
And stay away from shining objects. That has
Like
totally
Arvell Reese or whatever.
exactly, or Carnell Tate or any of these guys.
Tate, that's what it was.
None of these have ever worked for the Dolphins. They get every shiny object and they crumble from the inside out.
I could tell you right now,
I've
if I'm Ty Simpson, I'm
Lived
jumping
it.
out of the draft because the Jets are going to pick me. You want to have a terrible
He's
career?
the second best quarterback, apparently, according to
I don't
all
even
the
know
reports.
how. He was not that great last year.
Didn't look great to me, but what do I know? Not much. I know we better take a break, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to talk about the Masters. Charlie Hoffman, you golf fans don't want to miss our visit with Charlie talking about Rory's big win yesterday at Augusta. Coming up.
From the first pitch.
Of course.
Yeah, circle it on the calendar.
It's usually on. Is it usually on Easter weekend?
I don't know, but it's usually on a Sunday.
Yes, I know that.
Masters Sunday.
I know that.
Some people were critical of Jim Nance.
For what?
I'll tell you in a second. It's Crisello. It's Skraby. No Tony today. Padres are idle. Skraby at 6 o'clock with the Chronicles. Tony and I tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock. And then the Padres will host the Mariners. You're pretty much caught up on everything. Yesterday at the Masters, Jim Nance, a lot of people thought, and I can't say I disagree with him, that he wrote out the celebration line for Rory McIlroy's last putt.
That he wrote it out?
Like before the day.
Oh, no, I know. He came up with the line.
But
he had the line
wrote it-
ready.
He had it ready. It wasn't.
What was the line?
I don't know. I didn't hear it. But like I think one of the great Jim Nance calls of all time was when Phil Mickelson won his first Masters, and when Mickelson's putt was on the way on 18, Jim Nance said, "Is it his time?" And it went in, and obviously it was finally his time. I think organic calls are better, but I also understand as a broadcaster that if you don't come up with something pretty good, remember the highlight of Rory McIlroy winning his second straight Masters is going to be replayed a million times. So what's wrong with saying something that makes sense?
Here's what he said.
His year again. Rory is a rare repeat winner at Augusta.
Okay.
That's what
if that's all he wrote, that's
I'm not sure why.
Can't say he stayed up too late for that one, okay.
They said it was, the article I'm reading said he was flat, robotic, mailed in.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, he's getting credit, hey, it's Jim Nance.
Jeez, man.
I wish I could be flat and robotic like Jim Nance.
And mailed in.
And mail it in.
What is he expecting?
So that they could mail me my check, my Jim Nance size check.
I don't know people.
I think Jim Nance is really good. It's not Jim Nance's fault that he's gotten to this level, but he's gotten to it because he's pretty good, number one. Number two, is there ever an event that you watch, if Jim Nance is doing it, it just takes a step up, does it not, in your mind?
You feel like it's a big event. That's for sure.
I think it does. I think that's a rare repeat winner. Okay. It wasn't an all-time classic. Maybe he didn't write it. Maybe that's what he just came up with off the top of his head.
You know what? I listened to that yesterday live, and I never thought twice about how terrible Jim Nance is at his job.
I
went on with my day.
I didn't think about this when I watched it, but you watch the final putt again on the TV call or the TV coverage. The hole where the ball disappears is behind his feet. You can't actually see it go in. I think that is a terrible faux pas. When you have cameras all around that green, I want to see, even though it was only a 1-footer, I still want to see the ball go in the cup. To me, that's like, I don't know.
You can't have a final shot from a handheld camera. It's got to be from the tower.
Why?
Because you have to have because the handheld camera will look weird. The tower is supposed to capture everything on the green. He just so happened to hit his ball into a place where he's going to stand in front.
Then cut to another camera that sees it from a different angle.
I don't know that they had a better camera.
They didn't. They're on the 18th green. You can't tell me they don't have cameras all over that green. What are you talking about? Do you think they have one guy?
You can't just go to some guy with a camera.
See, the 18th at Augusta, they got a camera here. They got one there. They got one there.
You can't just go to a guy with a camera on his shoulder, like filming the last putt. I don't really. That did not bother.
Well, I think that's terrible.
Terrible.
Charles Barkley said it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check traffic, and then we'll get to a Masters. Well, he's just a master in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Hoffman coming up.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Allard.
This traffic report is brought to you by San Diego law firm, fighting for your sexual harassment rights at SDLF.com. Jam-packed south on the 15 by the 52 with a collision. You have another crash south on the 805 at Balboa Avenue. The left lane is blocked. You spoke up and suddenly your schedule changed, your hours got cut, or the pressure got worse. That's not okay. San Diego law firm will help you fight against sexual harassment. Contact them at SDLF.com. That's SDLF.com. I'm Sue Allen with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Putting him on the show.
I'm not hitting any button. He's just going right onto the air.
Move your hands away from the board.
I think he's there. My hands are away from the board.
Charlie Hoffman, how are you?
Here, loud and clear.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to be worth the wait, Charlie, because before we talked to you about yesterday and the weekend, we dug this up for you to enjoy. Skraby's got it. Listen.
Hoffman. And that was a six iron.
Sailing.
Landing. Rolling. Hole in one at the 16th.
Charlie at the Masters with an ace. That had to bring a little smile to your face, or at least I hope it did.
You know what brings a smile is my sex iron that Verb Lane.
Yes, the guy boxed up your call.
You know what's funny is we said that right before
we said the same
it.
thing. It's like, oh man, he gets a hole in one, and the guy messes up his call. Charlie Hoffman did have an ace at the famous 16th at the Masters. Charlie, thanks for joining us. First of all, let's just talk about the tournament in itself and where this is the 90th Masters and what this means and where we're headed with the Masters and what this is all about as far as from a golfing perspective. I mean, it's kind of the weekend where everybody comes together and we even let the live golfers play. Just talk about sitting back and enjoying it from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I'm a golf fan. I'm fortunate enough to play golf for a living and to play at the Masters 6 times and played the weekend every time. But we as golfers and professional golfers and fans, we love watching the Masters. I would say the excitement of the event was great, especially after Friday when we didn't know what we were going to get on the weekend when Rory was sort of running away with it after his round on Friday afternoon. But obviously, it was very electric coming down the stretch. There was, at one point, 5 or 6 guys within one shot of the lead, and you didn't know which way it was going to go. You thought Justin Rose was going to finally get his green jacket, and he sort of fell off. And then Rory came through when he needed to. He hit the quality shots coming down the back 9 and looked great, and then got one of the most fortunate breaks of all time on hole 18. I mean, to be able to hit over there to the right and have some sort of a shot to advance it to the green is unheard of, to be completely honest with you. And so it was there. And then you had TV not telling you where the ball was, and everybody was going, what the heck's going on?
No kidding. We couldn't believe that. Yes, his shot came out.
How do you not track balls? Yeah.
Yeah, we track every shot, right? I mean, it's like, before early on Thursday, it's like here's some greenskeeper hitting a shot on 9, and they got the yellow line to follow the shot. But Rory McIlroy on the 72nd hole, they didn't have the yellow line. We didn't know where the ball was. And to add to that, I don't know if you noticed this, Charlie or Matt over there, but his last putt, the angle of the camera, you couldn't see the ball go in the hole. His foot was blocking where the ball actually disappeared. Now, you knew he was going to make it because he was right there. But still, that's kind of the clinching moment. And as a viewer, we didn't get to see it. Charlie, I wanted to ask you before that, because I know Skraby will go back to yesterday and that crazy decision at 18. But when you watched him play on Friday on the second 9, we sat here in the studio, and I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm not even really rooting for Rory McIlroy. I kind of like to see people beat him, but I had to appreciate the immense, just talent and insane shot making he was, making over that 7-8 hole stretch. And I even mentioned it to Skraby. I said, I wonder what Charlie thinks watching something like this. Like even you had to go, wow, that's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, you just don't pull. At a major championship, it's pretty much. Obviously he's playing great golf. He's right there at the lead, but birdie, what was it? 6 of the last 7 holes on any round, but especially the Augusta. That's what makes that golf course so great. Is you can birdie every hole out there if you hit quality good shots. Now, I could argue that he didn't always hit great drives and get in the right spot, but the guy took advantage of good breaks and good situations, and that won him the golf tournament. It was proven that he won the golf tournament. If he doesn't have that and he can show the game he had on the weekend, he doesn't win. He doesn't even really probably contend. So that shows you. Every shot from the first to the hole to the 72nd hole, they're all worth the same amount. And that stretch of holes on Friday won him the golf tournament.
And Deb, we're talking to PGA Tour pro Charlie Hoffman. He's joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Before we move off of the Masters, and we'll talk about your golf career at the end, but I just want to talk about what Rory did in the way of winning it twice, back-to-back years, because this isn't something that happens often. There's only a handful of guys, and their name are Tiger Woods and like Jack Nicklaus and guys like that. Can you just describe to us how difficult it is to win the Masters back-to-back?
Yeah, Rory showed how difficult it was to win one when you put that much pressure on you.
Yeah.
And it's more the pressure we put on ourselves. And I think why he won this one is because he won last time. If he hadn't done that last year, I don't think he wins the second one. The pressure isn't off. Every win is very, very hard in the PGA Tour, but the meaning of actually breaking through and winning that career Grand Slam and winning the Masters was already done. So I would say it was free rolling at this point in time. And I'm not saying it was easy. He showed how hard it was, but you don't have to be in this game. You don't have to be perfect. And he showed that this week. You got to get some good breaks. You got to take advantage of those breaks, and you can still win the biggest tournaments in the world, not hitting every shot perfect. And he did that. But it is very hard to win one, or less two.
Yeah.
I could argue it's probably easier to win two than that first one. Everybody says the first one breaking through is
got the
hardest
pressure
one.
off a little. Yeah. Charlie Hoffman is with us. All right, take us to 18. You're up on the lead. You got the lead, Charlie. You're up 2 there. You need a bogey to win. To me, if you need a par to win, you got to play the course pretty straight up. If you play bogey to win, I know it's second guessing, but should you use something less on the tee shot to make sure that what happened to him doesn't happen? Or do you just have to let it all hang out there, because if you go, half-ass, it may not work that way?
No, it's a driver hole. Some lefties like Phil will hit 3-wood off that hole because they can draw it. But for a right-handed golfer, it's driver. It actually gets, I would arguably, more open the further you get up there. There's more trouble down the left the shorter you hit it. There's some low-hanging trees in the right. I go with driver and swinging hard and hit as hard as I can, and hopefully be able to pitch out to the fairway, get on the green, have a putt for par. And I think that was his reason. I think everybody that's right-handed would hit a driver off that hole no matter what. The corridor through that hitting area, 200 yards, is tight with a putter, more or less, a driver. So, you got to hit it straight. It doesn't really matter what club it is.
Okay.
So I think everybody be hitting driver.
So it wasn't a tactical mistake. It was just more of a
bad swing.
Yeah, bad swing.
Exactly.
Scotty Scheffler's my favorite. I root for this guy. I think a lot of people do. I don't know that he did himself any favors by complaining about the firmness of the course on Thursday and Friday and going back and saying it wasn't set up great. I personally would like to see him just tip his cap to the winner. Some of your thoughts on Scheffler. Whatever he said is probably right. I just don't know that we needed to hear all that, Charlie.
We play in waves week in and week out, and there's been British Opens won and lost that year in and year out, depending on what draw you get. There was a year I played where I think Royal St. George's, and it rained for all 36 holes I played, and there's a wave that it didn't rain at all for any of the guys playing in it. It happens. I don't think it was that drastic at Augusta. Obviously, Augusta is a little more controlled. The field's a little bit smaller, so most guys playing pretty close to the same conditions. The early morning rounds, you're going to have a little more playable conditions because it's going to be a little bit softer. But with the weather, you knew you were going to get it firm in the afternoon no matter when you played. That's sort of my pet peeve at Augusta, is watching guys that are, I wouldn't say even par, not really in the tournament, when the leader's 11 under and they go out and shoot 7 under in the morning, and they get I would say a backdoor top 10. Now, did they shoot 7 under at Augusta National on Sunday? Yes, and they deserve it. But the conditions they played in are different than what
it's interesting.
Lowry and,
yeah. So it was a little easier for him to shoot
Roy
that.
Played in.
It was easier for Scheffler to get that 65 on Saturday. I mean, that's just fair to say that.
100%. That 100%. He took advantage of that situation. Now you got there's plenty of guys that started even farming winning too, but he took that advantage he had on Saturday morning with the disadvantage he had the other days, and he took advantage of it and got back in the tournament.
Interesting.
Talking to Charlie Hoffman, PGA Tour Pro on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Last one from me, and I just wanted to talk about real quick though, about the draws and everything. I remember specifically Tiger Woods at a British Open or an Open Championship shooting an 82 in the first round just because he had like a tsunami that was happening while he was playing golf.
He still won that.
No, he didn't win that year. He didn't win that year. But I just want to ask about the distance and all the talk about driving the ball and how far it's going, because we've talked about it on the show. I understand you can't make golf courses longer. We're running out of land. Some people like Tom Watson and Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, they want to see the golf ball rolled back a little bit. What are your thoughts on the distance issue, I guess, in PGA Tour golf?
I don't have an issue with the golf ball. I guess I'd answer that as politically correctly as I can. I do agree the ball's going further and the skill set is still very high, but I would like to see a way, and I don't even know how you can do this. The drivers when I grew up were tiny. I mean, you look at Persimmon and Nicholas and those guys and the small metal ones that Norman was using. Now you literally get on the tee and swing as hard as you can because you know it's going to go forward and you know it's going to go pretty straight because of all the technology in that. If you could somehow bring back the art of hitting in the center of the face, I would say roll back the driver, if anything, of like, all right, the quality shot in the middle of the face still goes 300 and something yards, but if you swing hard and miss it, it could go 30 or 40 yards offline. That'd make you think about swinging at 125, 30 miles an hour. That's what just bring the skill of hitting it in the middle of the face back. I don't know how you do that. And then it sort of eliminates what the golf ball is doing. Golf's a great game because you guys can play exact same golf ball, the exact same golf courses, and we can have a match depending on the handicap. I would hate to see bifurcation doesn't seem right to me, to be completely honest with you. I mean, we're a show. We only play, I would say, 30-something events in the United States a year going forward. And you obviously got international events all over the world, but we play less than like 1 or 2% of the golf course in the world. So if we have to make a few of them a little bit longer, is that a really big deal? I don't think it is. Now there's landlocked issues. Like you could outdate some golf courses, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. People are watching golf. People are playing golf. I wouldn't mess with it too much is my opinion.
All they have to do is use the driver I use. It has no trouble hitting the ball off the center almost every time. So I think we give everybody one of those, and that'll even things out. Real quick, Charlie, what's next for you, and where are you at in terms of, I know health-wise, it's always kind of up and down with the back, et cetera. Are we going to see you anytime soon?
Yeah, so health-wise, I'm great. Start of the year, been way below average. I haven't been able to put anything together. The weeks I've hit it good, I've put not great. The weeks I've put it all right, I didn't hit it good. So I'm looking forward to put 4 rounds together, or at least have the opportunity to put 4 rounds together. I've got the Zurich team play event, which is a fun event between or after RBC this week with Nick Watney. Nick Watney, a longtime friend, California a guy also. We've played every one of these events together. Actually, the only team to play every one of these events, which will be fun. Event we look forward to playing every year. I'll play that, and then I'm going to probably take it pretty slow. At the beginning of the year, I wanted to get off to a great start and sort of try to keep my PGA Tour card. That's probably a little far-fetched this year, the way the start is coming. So I might lay low this summer a little bit, play sparingly, we'll say, and I turn 50 December 27th, and then get ready for the Champs Tour. That would be my guess. Obviously, if I catch
you can start dominating again.
You
can start dominating again. It's going to be great.
I'll be the young kid again.
You're going to be a youngster. Well, you know what, Charlie? Just keep that sex iron in the bag, and you should be fine. So
that's a good club for you.
That's a good club for you, apparently. It goes about 179, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Charlie, thanks, man. Always great talking to you. It's a thrill every time we have you on, and we look forward to catching up with you down the road.
Thanks for having me on anytime, guys. It's a pleasure talking.
Charlie Hoffman always gets it done, and some great stuff on the Masters there. Skraby will pick it up from here. He's got the Chronicles next. Got the Padres Idol tonight. Tony will be back with us tomorrow at 2 o'clock ahead of Padres baseball.
It's the Vetter Cup tomorrow, Chris. You better be excited when you come in tomorrow.
Not going to be.
The second annual Vetter Cup.
I'll be excited.
Starts tomorrow.
I'll be excited, but not for that.
Okay.
See everybody then. Have a good rest of your WNBA draft tonight, people.